Welcome back to another episode of the Dark Baseball Podcast. I am Ryan. I'm here with my co-host, Robert.
Hey.
Say hello, Robert.
Hello, Robert.
Welcome back for another episode. Before we get to the episode and our guest here today, just want to make sure you guys are not already know. Please make sure you go on to our YouTube or our Twitch channel. That's where we're streaming. Come on in.
We have socials.
Yeah, come check us out. Chat with us. Be part of the conversations, your opportunity. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, give us a follow on our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Spotify. You name it, we're on it. Go find us. Subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you get notifications when we put some news stuff
Wherever
out.
people do this type of shit, we're on it.
We're on it.
Support the channel. Support the channel.
Support
channels,
the channel.
yeah.
That's what we're doing here. So, without further ado, we have our guest here this week, Mr. Kevin Torres, a.k.a. Fluff.
Hello.
Fluff.
Welcome to the
Fluff,
podcast.
fluff, fluff.
Oh, thank you for having me.
How you
on the
doing,
podcast.
bud?
You look fantastic.
Man.
You look hungover,
Don't-
actually. You look hungover as
Hey,
shit right now.
I wonder why that is. It's I'm a little.
Fucking this up.
No,
This
God.
guy.
Amateur
right?
hour.
Rookie.
Jeez.
Rookies.
It's our first
Suck
time.
it. Suck it.
I remember my first podcast.
Yeah.
So you're still recuperating from last night?
This morning, yeah.
Man, that is like a story of our life, isn't it?
Yeah. You think you were the only one drinking yesterday?
That's what we do here,
Yeah.
if you hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I agreed here.
That's why you got so many liquids in front of you.
Oh yeah, no. Robert was like, "Hey, do the podcast. You get free whiskey," and I was like, "Hey."
That's what it's all about, right?
I was like, "Hey,
It's not
I'm
free.
right
We're
here."
putting you on the corner later today.
Jesus.
You gotta pay for that, bitch.
Hey, I'll earn it. It's fine. I earn every penny. It's fine.
There you go. So you run a Instagram page of the DrumCorpsJunkies. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I Instagram and TikTok, and actually that's about it for now.
You're not on Twitch or anything?
I'm not on Twitch. I don't stream. I'm hoping to actually.
Yeah.
It'll be fun because I'm actually hoping to actually go to some of these competitions like in person in real life
Is
instead of just
Is there a lot in town with the competitions?
not in town here, but you could go to we have a core that's out of Sacramento called Mandarins,
Oh, okay.
but they also perform down like in the Rose Bowl, down in Southern California, stuff like that, and
Nice.
go to a couple of those.
Oh yeah.
And for those of you out there that don't know anything about DrumCorpsJunkies, elaborate a little bit about what that pertains to, and what that's about.
So the way that drum corps actually markets itself is actually they say they're marching bands major league. So it's basically you got trumpets, you got your tubas, all that stuff. These are guys that are rehearsing 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
5 days a week. They
Dedication.
actually toured it. Yeah, they tour together. And they it's not it's not like going and watching your high school marching band.
Yeah.
These guys are actually like dedicated to this stuff, and it's actually like a craft.
It's like Nick Cannon and Drumline.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna bring. You dropped it
I beat
already.
you.
It's too
Beat you
soon.
to it,
Too
yeah.
soon.
It's
too
like
soon.
2 minutes to get to the drum line.
I know.
reference.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's like these guys, they eat, sleep, breathe marching band.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because it's like I feel like everyone's been to a high school one time, and
Yeah.
they go to a
I
football
was there a
game and they
couple
watch
times.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they watch the marching band, and it's kind of just like whatever.
Right.
But it's like the difference between this and
Your
regular
average high school band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like watching like Pee Wee football and then going to like an NFL game. It's
Okay.
like these guys are in their
Top
craft.
notch.
They're
They
top
are
notch.
professionals
They
of what they
actually
do.
want to be amazing.
Yeah.
And
Well, it'd be
it's-
like people like me going there and just watching it just for that. Like,
Right.
I wouldn't be going there for the football game.
Right,
Like,
right.
I'm not a sports guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm here for the fucking band.
Yeah.
Like, let's do some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like this last year. It's like I went to McQueen, and there were a few times I went to the football games just so I could watch the band. At half.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. And it's day and night.
Yeah.
Watching some of these bands and then watching some of these drum corps.
Right.
Because you're watching someone who just does band as an extracurricular.
Yeah.
And then you have people that actually do it because they love it and they're passionate about it and they want to be the best.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot of them actually branch out from, because we have a lot of the people that we talk to on the podcast already have been in those types of situations with band and stuff.
Growing up as kid playing in
high school, you're playing in the band, and then they venture out. Like as soon as it gets to a certain point, it's like, all right, where do we go from here? And a lot of people just, like you said, it's not a dedication. It's for just an extra, I get a credit for this. And so a lot of it just dispersed, and they're like, what do we do after this? And they just want to continue to play music. Yeah. So they're like, oh, I'm gonna find a band. And you get some of the greatest musicians off of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Greatest musicians.
Because it's very technical, and you're learning music and timing, and you're learning technique. And also, I mean, when you think of drummers like even Travis Barker was a drumline drummer.
Oh yeah.
And the guy has very good technique and drums stick skills.
You could see
it. You see it. Anytime
playing.
you watch him play, you're seeing the way he does it
all the time.
I'm watching them, posting them, just going through all and sometimes some of the clips that I watch and I share, and I'm like, wow, this is fucking amazing. And it's almost crazy, like, because I mean I did marching band for 4 or 5 years. I was a tech, and then when I just watch these guys that are there, and it's like there's an age out year too. It's like you're not there after you're 21,
right?
All these kids, they're 15 to 21, they're doing these things, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck?
I know,
these guys, like I was like, dude, these guys are amazing. And it's hard to believe sometimes what the product that these guys put on the field.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, because they choreograph all of that too. Like, so they're not only just playing it and going through it's like they're moving around. We have to watch out
creating
for other
shapes
people.
on the field.
It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, and it's so clean, and it's there's been a few videos that come out where doctors and scientists, they'll strap these these sensors onto their body, and they're like, okay, so we're measuring heart rate, we're measuring oxygen intake, things like that. And so like, oh, you guys are topping out higher than we'll see like college football players doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like it's you see the amount of really like physical exertion that it takes on the body.
Well, especially if you're doing any kind of like wind instrument, right?
Yeah.
Tuba, trombone, trumpet, all of that, because you do really have to master using your diaphragm to push out air and all that.
The benefit of that though is you're not getting hit in the head by some other guy.
That is true.
That is true. There's a lot less CTE.
I would love to see that. I think we should get a crossbreed of that. I think it would be great. I would just like somebody going on like quads, dude, and then just all of a sudden somebody just smashes into him. Like,
just get laid
we'll
out.
start a new sport on ESPN, the Ocho.
I love the Ocho. I love the Ocho. Don't bash the Ocho.
Nobody's bashing here, dude. We all watch it. That's why we brought it up.
Mike, you were in marching band too, weren't you?
Yes.
Weren't you a first chair tuba?
You're a tuba guy. I can
Yes.
say you're definitely a tuba guy.
Look at them lips.
Yeah.
I have a very very large embouchure.
Yeah.
Oh, the embouchure.
You're like, that's how I got my wife.
Hey, tuba's hard though. I'm not gonna lie. You need so much air to actually push sound through a tuba. And with me, it's I played a very manly instrument called the clarinet.
I put studs on it, so it was hard.
I really wanted to be like Kenny G. That was my dream.
Kenny G was here not too long ago.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I got his hair tips from him.
Hey, Kenny G has a mane. I will tell you, Kenny G has a mane on him.
I know.
Beautiful.
I'm jealous. I talked to him. Dude.
I've never seen Kenny G march.
Yeah.
No, valid.
I haven't even seen him walk
Neither
fucking
have I.
5 steps. What are you talking about?
Neither have I. I think that guy's a poser.
40
He's a poser.
yards.
The guy's a poser.
He wouldn't make it in the drum corps junkies over here.
Yeah. So with something like that, is that something that's maybe trying to make its way in terms of like doing its own show, or is it mostly something that is happening for specific events and things like that?
Honestly, when you go to a drum corps event, it is its own event.
Okay.
You go out, you see nothing but drum corps for 8-10 hours.
Yeah.
These guys are on the field, they're competing. And then especially if you ever go to finals, which, for the last 13 years.
Yeah.
It's been like in the Colts Stadium over in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So that's a full 3-day event. You got your first day where it's preliminaries,
Right.
then finals.
So
Finals night is
So it's full on competition, and that's all they're
It's a
doing is
full-on
drum
competition.
corps. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's all
yeah.
they're doing.
Working on choreography, working on transitions.
And they're just picking the best of the best, and that's who gets to the finals. Is that how it goes?
Oh yeah, and by the time that goes on, that's the first going into the second week of August, and these kids have been practicing since March, April, May, and so it's like they have hundreds of hours of rehearsal, under the belt.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's I've seen some of these kids, in May and June when they're just starting out, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let alone given a full year or two under their belt.
Well, see, that's it's just diving into it and just digging hard on that,
Yeah.
dude. I guarantee they eat, and breathe, and sleep that. Like,
They literally live for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
oh
yeah.
man.
And there are kids that are getting scholarships for doing this stuff too.
A lot of them too, yeah. Yeah. And that's actually why I wanted to start the whole DrumCorpsJunkies, Instagram and TikTok and all that, because I did want to eventually like start doing a fundraiser and stuff, because it's not cheap to actually do. Like, kids actually pay thousands and thousands of dollars to actually get in and tour with these guys.
It's like a tuition in their own way.
Exactly. And it's like so many great musicians don't do it because they can't afford it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like if you have that kind of talent and you have that kind of motivation and drive, it's like why is it fair that you shouldn't be able to do this just because you can't afford it?
Right.
Right.
Because of money.
Yeah.
And so it's like I would love if I can get to the point where I can like sponsor a kid through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Start some sort of organization that helps those kids actually who really are passionate about doing it get that opportunity to do
I
it.
feel you kind of almost start, because when I was digging into it, there wasn't a lot like based on what you're talking about, like bringing up fundraisers and stuff for that. So it's like you're really the front line of that, like getting that, and that's great. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, and especially like working for a company like Custom Ink, I'm like, dude, I make shirts for a living. I was like, why wouldn't I like try and like get a fundraiser going, selling shirts, doing stuff like that. I was like, if it's that easy, because Custom Ink makes it so easy to start.
Oh yeah,
you can so easy.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that link's on his IG account, by the way, if you want to.
It is. Yeah, it's on my IG. It's on my IG. It's on my TikTok. And yeah, I was just like, dude, that if it's that easy, why wouldn't I do it?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helps him out.
Well, it's funny because when you got something like that, because that's marching band, that's something that's been around for decades. That's not like something new.
Yeah.
That's been around
wartime
forever.
Drummer boys right out in front going, I
it's-
hope I don't get fucking shot. Dude,
war drums.
It's
No,
war
and
drums.
that's the
Yeah,
funny thing,
exactly.
like,
Right.
that's-
Fife and the bugle,
that's
dude.
what-
I mean,
Start
that's something that you can take back to even the Viking days, right?
yeah.
Because it was
Right,
something
yeah,
they
yeah.
did to
Yeah.
prepare the warriors for the battle
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And many cultures have used music in that sense,
Yeah.
drumming especially, to amplify everyone's adrenaline and get ready for battle, especially,
Moving the troop movements.
Troop movement,
signaling
yes,
troop
it's
movements.
synchronization
You
and
can't hear
beats
someone
and-
yelling, but you can hear a trumpet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
1,000 yards away. You can
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, and that's how the whole thing originated. When you have your little drummer boy, you hear the song all
Right.
the time, but it's like those were the people that were in front of the armies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones that kept the army in tempo.
Yeah.
And they were actually usually the ones that were first to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people would aim for them, because it's like, okay, if we take
It's
out the
taking
drummer
that
boy,
drive. It's taking out that
Yeah.
drive.
yeah, it's like if we take them out, we take out the synchronization of the army.
Yep,
And-
exactly.
And yeah, people don't realize that. That was back in the day when, even before like the 1600s.
Right.
They'd be the ones leading you out into battle.
Exactly.
They were like, all right,
Yeah.
well, let's take this guy out.
Well, it is a driving force when you hear like a really powerful drum, and I think it does. Being metalheads, I love hearing a really good drum intro or that driving beat behind the music.
Yeah.
That's really what gets you that foot tap, the head bang.
Yeah.
You're following the drums, and that's the beauty about drumming, and that's why if I could have done anything, it would have been drumming.
Right. Have you guys seen that that YouTube guy who does the rock songs and then he
with the
uses
guns? Yeah, yeah.
That's all I can picture of that whole conversation right now. Dude.
Well, people get creative with that kind of stuff.
It's great. They had Enterprise Earth. He had Enterprise Earth go there.
Oh,
and
no
shoot
kidding.
Guns while they were on tour. It was awesome. Dude.
Oh,
It
that's
was cool.
I have to check that
That
out.
is badass. Yeah.
Those are my favorite videos. You know, like
Yeah.
all the rock covers of
Yeah.
just like Disney songs.
Yeah,
It's
right,
the best. It's the best. You're
Yeah,
like, oh wow, this
Moana.
is
Yeah, right.
they're like, oh, this is a hard rock version of Mulan. You know, I was like, yeah, I listen to that all the time. I'm
Right?
not gonna lie. Yeah.
You're like, I got it on my smartphone.
Yeah. Robert knows. I'm
Yeah, hell
singing
yeah.
that stuff all the time at work.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can put up that pose.
Yeah.
You're always singing something.
I'm always singing something. I don't
Like,
care
I
if
know
it's
that
Whitney
song.
Houston. I don't care if
Yeah.
it's My Chemical Romance. I'm
Yeah,
always
no,
singing
he's
it.
all over it.
So you got a pretty wide range of music then that
Oh,
you
yeah.
listen to then.
Yeah.
So where'd you get that background from? Where'd your music background come from?
It comes from my family, honestly. My mom had me when she was pretty late. You know, she was almost 40 when she had me, and so it's like with her, she was born in '57. So I have all the music from the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
From them.
Yep.
My sisters were born in the very early 80s. I have all the 80s music, the hip hop,
Yeah.
grunge, you know, the Nirvana.
Yeah.
And then I was born in the 90s. So it's like I feel like just like my family, like we cover the last like 70 years in music.
Which is perfect.
Which is perfect because it's
Perfect.
like I grew up listening to classic rock. I grew
Right.
up listening to, you know, Heavy D. I
Yeah.
grew
Right.
up
Yeah, yeah.
everything. And I just once I actually started playing music, you realize how hard it is to actually produce that kind of music, and you gain like a level of respect, and
Yeah.
you know it's kind of hard. Even like, you know, a lot of people like talk shit like on the Gen Z, you know,
Yeah.
TikTok rap or
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's like, and even then it's like,
Come on, man. Island Boy. Come on.
Island boy.
hey,
No.
You're about to cross some lines,
No.
Mike. You're about to cross some lines.
hey,
Shit must be
don't
talked.
hate.
Fluff's definitely sung that a few times.
Don't
I
hate
guarantee
on
it.
the Island Boys.
Yeah.
hey. But no, actually, no, they're trash. But no, it's like aside from that, it's like, okay, well, it's not that easy to make something that's catchy. That'll,
Yeah.
you know, you do lose some level of respect because it's like a lot of these like SoundCloud rappers. It's like they just want to make something that's catchy.
Yeah.
And that repeats and gets plays, and you can tell just in like the track length nowadays. You know,
Yeah.
songs used to be 5-6 minutes, now they're like a minute and a half.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
See, a dedicated musician shouldn't have to worry about
No,
that.
no,
Like
no.
a dedicated musician's not worried about getting really popular in any way. It's
Yeah.
more like I love playing this type of music.
Well, I guess
We have this
it
conversation
depends.
quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it does
depends.
depend. I mean, there is the people that are independent artists that are really just trying to put their sound out there and
Yeah.
put in their flavor and just be able to say, you know, here's what I made. Enjoy it or don't.
Yeah, but
you
I
know.
think everybody wants to get. I mean, I think everybody in their mind is be like, it'd be great if I got picked up by somebody.
Well, yeah.
who made fucking tons of, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's
buttload of
always
money.
the end
But-
game. That's always the
Yeah.
dream.
But that's
right?
not like the starting out. They're not like starting out in this
Yeah.
and like so like even DrumCorps, they're not like going into that going like, oh, we're gonna make fucking buku bucks out of this shit. Like when's the
Obviously
last
not.
DrumCorps album you heard? Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It's not based on that. It's like based on like I could collectively get with all these people and make some amazing music that people will enjoy
Yep.
and not have
Yeah.
to worry about any of that.
Yeah, it really depends on what you're going into the game for.
Right.
You know, is it because you love this, or is it
Yeah.
because you want to make money?
Yeah, and
Because
I guarantee a lot of
people
those
say-
the people who want to make money are the ones that are dropping out
Oh, yeah.
and you know they're just
and
doing
it's
it.
like,
for-
yeah, I don't hate on that because you're like, okay, if you just want to make money, then make something great.
Yeah, make something great.
Make something great.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's like the better your music, the more money you make.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
you would assume so. But
Well, you too, because there's
yeah.
a lot of great musicians here that
That don't-
that
yeah.
don't get, and
We
that's
have-
that's
yeah.
an outsourced thing. Like
Yeah.
if you're not getting out there and you're not pushing the music out there, and nobody's gonna hear it.
Yeah.
It could be the greatest fucking thing. It could be Beethoven's fucking Fifth Symphony
Yeah.
here, and nobody's gonna hear it.
In
'cause
its
nobody-
own right,
You're not
yeah.
out there.
yeah. No, and that's why I'm so happy that we live like in an age of social media because
yeah.
you know people shit on it, but you
Fuck, we wouldn't be doing this shit.
Dude, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, no, and it's like it like I said, it all goes back to why you're in the game. Are you trying to actually blow up? Are you trying to make money?
Yeah.
Or is this something that you do because you're passionate about it?
Right.
You know, I have so many friends that make amazing music, and nobody knows their name.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, we work with one of them, you know, Garrett over
Garrett.
in digital. He
Yeah,
has,
we talked about that. Garrett.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Zach Ryan.
Yeah. I've seen his videos and I'm like, dude, you are such
Raj.
a good.
Dude, we actually have a lot of musicians.
We have
in
so many
custom. It's
musicians
crazy.
and
It's
nobody,
insane.
yeah, that's crazy. And nobody knows their name.
Nobody knows them.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't realize what you're missing out on.
I
I
know.
was like, these guys
Yeah.
are amazing.
I
you
know.
know? Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but it's like you also see it too, where, you know, these guys are in their craft and they're doing it day in, day out, and
It's the thing. They're doing it for them, though, and they're not doing it for anybody else. They're doing it for them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
and
what you get a lot of that.
I feel like that's the secret recipe, because it's like the more you do things like that, you know, it's like eventually something's gonna hit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And you know, for them, I really hope it does.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I've
it's
seen
like
them,
the fucking lottery, though. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, it really is.
Well,
Yeah.
when you think about it, I mean, going back to the whole like hip hop and why, you know, in certain songs how they're catchy, or even just rock in, you know, all the genres, if it's catchy, that's, I mean, in reality, when you think about it, what songs get stuck in your head most often? Those catchy tunes.
Yeah,
and whether you like it or you don't, even if
and
it's like a
usually the most
commercial.
simplified fucking
Right,
music.
and it is
Yeah,
very
man, like,
simplistic. It's very straightforward. There isn't a whole lot of technical stuff happening
No.
with, you know, the
Yeah.
instruments or anything of that nature.
Right.
But sometimes those are the ones that stand out because it's catered to a wider range, right?
Yeah.
Because you could have, now, I don't know if you're familiar with there's an artist that I
sure he
follow
is.
on YouTube called Harry Mack. Have you ever heard of that guy before?
Probably not.
Oh, you haven't heard it?
Yeah,
You're making
if
me
you
look
have,
bad
We're gonna play it right now?
I'd
I'd love to,
We'll
but
pull up here. We'll pull it up after.
Honestly,
yeah, we'll show you.
I've listened
Okay.
to so much stuff that.
So Harry Mack,
Harry
and
Mack's
for those of
great
you who are watching
example.
and don't know who Harry Mack is, you should go see him on YouTube. Check him
Yes.
out. You probably have already seen him on social media, but he's a freestyle rapper. And this guy has been rapping since he was 12 years old.
Okay.
And he's over 30 now. And he's in this position where he's, you know, doing raps about, you know, whatever these people come up with. And he goes on Omegle. Meets
Oh, okay.
strangers.
Yeah,
and
so
goes,
he just says, "Give
"Hey,
me
I'm doing
4 words."
I'm doing freestyle rap for people. You know, can I do one for you?
Yeah.
All right, well, help me out. Give me 3 words.
Yeah.
Just random, crazy
Yeah.
words, and the more challenging, the better. Because
We're
you
gonna
know,
we're gonna deep dive into
Yes.
this.
Honestly,
And it's
the more
an
you
incredible
explain them, the
thing
more
to
I'm like,
see.
I think I have seen
No,
him
there's,
actually.
because he was on Ellen and shit.
yeah, he's been on Ellen.
fucking-
He's done a freestyle in
feel
front
like
of
I've seen,
Kendrick
like, his TikTok.
Lamar.
Yeah. Okay.
Ryan McElmore. Like he's Joey Badass. He's been in front of a lot of other artists.
that crazy fucking dude with the keyboard.
Yeah. So, or Blind Fury, the freestyle battle rapper from 106 and Park on BET Network. He did
Oh,
it
yeah,
one
he was
for
on
him.
the shady fucking thing.
The
too.
Shade 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sway in the morning.
Sway in the morning. It was sway. Yeah.
But it's funny because like you see people like that who are doing something incredible.
Yeah.
And I've watched a lot of his videos and just watched his progression. And he was also on a I guess you could call it a podcast, and he was talking about how, you know, when you're making music, you could put everything you have into writing and just making it as technical and especially with like hip hop, you could do a lot of wordplay and double entendres, triple entendres, and a lot of scheming and stuff like that, and internal rhyme schemes, and you can make this thing as technical as hell.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to want to listen to that. The general population is going to be like, what in the hell is going on? But a true hip hop head is going to hear it and go, I love this. I appreciate this. This is on
Especially
another
because it's
level.
on the spot.
Right.
And he's just
Yeah.
going
But
off
that's-
the top of his head.
Yeah.
That
But
was
that's
like,
such a small percentage of people that will appreciate something like that.
So small.
mostly
rather than
musicians.
Yeah.
But it's mostly
Yeah.
musicians. People
Oh,
who
yeah.
understand that. It's like it's its own secret language, really.
Yeah.
The whole whole making music is really its own secret language.
It is.
Not a lot of people understand, and that's why I think it doesn't get, you know, as like, oh yeah, I love to listen to it like up, you know, up on the stage or stuff. Is people are like, I don't get this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that's why you have such like a finite amount of rappers nowadays who, you know, like the Gen Z kids, like say, are goated. You know, they're
Yeah.
Right.
so amazing. You got your Kendrick Lamars, you got your J.
Right.
Cole's,
Right.
you got your people
Yeah.
like that who you're lyricists, like pure lyricists,
Right.
Yeah.
who not only rhyme within their lines, but rhyme within the inside of the lines. You know?
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. It's like how do you even just come up with this?
Right.
And there's so many people that just throw out catchy beats and get famous off of that, but it's like,
well, there's a lot of DJs nowadays, like
Oh,
DJ Khaled and
DJ
Skrillex
Khaled.
and
DJ
I
Khaled.
mean, there's a lot of DJs that
Is
are.
he even a DJ, or does he just yell that on every song?
He just yells it on every song.
Hey, yo, DJ.
I think
Right.
Lil Wayne started that shit.
Another one.
Or Little John, not Wayne.
Hey,
Lil
I
Jon,
love,
yeah.
I
Fucked up already.
love rapper tags.
Well, like
Those
the
are
early
amazing.
2000s was kind of like the year of like the producers, like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys,
producers,
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was a-
stuff like that,
Yeah.
where they were making this music and like even Daft Punk and
Chemical Brothers, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Chemical Brothers.
I think that's where it started, really. Dude.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that was back in the Limelight years in
It goes
fucking
like
New
late
York and
90s,
shit.
yeah.
But they started to kind of come out on the scene as being more popular than the actual artists that were
Yeah.
on the track sometimes, you know.
Good, like
And it's
Prodigy.
interesting
dude.
because
Fuck.
we could sit here and we could talk about all the different directions that music could be taking, and
It's all, yeah, it's all.
there's
it's-
you just never know what's going to come out, what's going to be new, what's going to change,
Right.
and but drumming is everywhere. It's in everything that you listen to,
And it needs to
even
be
if it's
there.
digital.
It needs to
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah, if it's digital or it's acoustic or whatever it may be, drumming is always there. And I think that's the beauty about drums and beats and things of that nature, because you can't go you could write a song without a drum beat and do it acoustic.
It wouldn't be
Get
right.
out
But,
of here.
but that drum beat really drives what's
Yeah.
happening. And without the drums, then it could become more of a lyrical or melody style, musicianship.
Yeah.
But drumming, man, just drives everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like drumming it's really primal to all of us. It's like,
Yeah.
how many of us weren't in first grade and just like,
Just
On a-
tapping.
yeah.
Constantly. Mike's always yelling at us.
yeah,
Don't tap
always
on
all
yelling
the
at me
time.
for
It's like
smacking the
we just want to, we just want to get that beat
Yeah.
out, and it's like that's what drives everything. And it's like from there, it's like music really evolves from just like taps and thumps and
Right.
it's kind of crazy if you really think about it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Like breaking it down to the measurements.
Yeah.
It's like the 4-count measurement is in everybody's DNA. Like everybody has 4
Right.
counts. It's always there.
Everyone's got the 4 on the floor. They got the quarter notes. They got,
Right. Well,
yeah.
then you go 16, 0, 30.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
all there. But it's all based in that.
Get the
whole
ruler out.
box.
We're gonna break
Yeah.
this down.
Don't make me clap the world's best tempo.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh no, I went to some really bad class. All right, we're not gonna go there. Anyway, that's
No, it's like
Did you say you
yeah.
had to clap?
no.
You have to clap.
Yeah, that's why I
Oh.
said we're not going.
Oh, my
I'd be
bad.
clapping. Yeah, no, it's fine.
I got it
No, it's-
fixed. I went to the mechanic.
If
We're
you
good.
don't know, now you know.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
shit's
no,
always
it's like
clapped.
it's like how many people are like in high school or like on their desk doing paradiddles.
Oh, yeah.
It's- yeah, everybody does that.
They don't know they're doing
They don't
paradiddles,
know
though.
they're doing it, but
Fuck,
yeah,
I
they
didn't know
doing
about
it.
fucking
What's a
paradiddles. I didn't
What
know
the
about
hell?
paradiddles until after high school.
What's a
I was like,
paradiddle?
they're
Yeah,
like,
what
you know
is
you
a
do
paradiddle, drummer?
zero there. I'm like, no, I'm doing a fucking that. And they're like, no, yeah, you're doing
Like, oh, bro, I got the sick beat, bro.
right. Yeah, check this out. Yeah,
Let
that's
me hear
been-
it, and then they
that's-
just do it on the desk.
yeah.
You know.
They're like, that's been around for centuries now. You're not coming
Yeah.
up with anything.
Nothing new.
Yeah.
Move
They're
on.
done that. Heard that.
Right. The Beatles did it back in the day.
Well, and that when it comes to like music, because I was reading about how much music has been made and put out there, and basically it was saying that if you were to put all the music that's been written and known of, right, everything, and
Are you
put
just
it
talking
on,
popularity.
it would take
or-
just in general.
general.
Like, and that goes back to Beethoven, that goes back to shanties, that goes back to everything. If you were to put it all on a track or a CD, it would take you 59 years to listen to everything.
What?
Yeah, if you nonstop every minute of your day for 59 years,
I feel like
you
it'd be
would
even
you could
more
do
than
that in
that.
a
I think
lifetime.
this is a challenge I need to take on.
Challenge.
Yeah,
accepted.
look it up.
Challenge
It's insane. And when you think about it, it's like,
Do I
man,
have 59 years? I'm in my deathbed.
when you think
Still
about it, like
listening.
how
I do
long
now.
has music been around? And it's like when you think, oh yeah,
Let me
there's
check
no
my
way I
Spotify
could do that in
list.
a lifetime, but in reality, you could.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty about how young music really is still.
Yeah.
That's something
Oh,
that
yeah.
could
Yeah.
continue to
I
evolve
don't think
and
we
be
ever,
around.
we've never dove into actually how young it is.
Yeah.
And the start of it.
Well, just in general, like, the music that you and I play and listen to, metal in general,
yeah.
has only been around for what, 50 years?
Nah, less than that.
Less than that?
The stuff we play is totally.
Oh, well, no, the stuff
and that's
we
the
play.
Evolved stuff,
But,
though. It
I mean,
evolves from
obviously,
something.
metal is, I guess you could say the pioneers of metal would probably be Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath of their time.
Yeah, it's all.
The pioneers of the metal we play now,
Yeah.
right? Because that's where it kind of evolved from.
Yeah.
But even then, that was the 60s.
Yeah, even then,
You know
that's,
what I
that,
mean?
But
yeah,
even
that's like my
before then,
mom's generation. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, we had rock and roll, we had the blues,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
we had
blues started. If you talk to any metal or
But even then, that goes back to the
like blues.
the 20s, 30s, even.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of music that like goes back to like slavery time. But it's
Yeah.
like
Right.
even if you're gonna go that far back, like what's that, like 300-400 years?
Even
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
it's not that long.
What is that? What is 400 years compared to the billions of years we've been here? You know,
Yeah.
it's so crazy, and it's like it almost makes you excited for like what
What's
music can
to come.
become.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the building block because even back then, it's not like they had a fucking whole band and there weren't
they had spoons, you know. And they,
Have you guys heard any of that AI music? It's just straight AI generated music.
I just think of AOL, just fucking dial up. Like, that sounds fucking fantastic.
No, check it out. I was watching these videos the other day, and it was straight AI music and music videos.
Really?
And it was a trip because it was just. I mean, if you
Was
were
it
into
good,
like,
though?
if you were into mushrooms and LSD, just watching the way the computer rips apart.
That's it.
okay.
That's how
You'd love
society
this.
is right now. You really have to be really high on some fucking
but
drugs.
I feel like it would just be a bunch of dubstep. Just, you know, yeah. Here's some 64
But
notes.
it wasn't
trap
dubstep.
music.
EDM. I've been to those concerts.
No, it wasn't dubstep. It wasn't dubstep. But no, the computer's doing its thing though,
unfortunately.
and it's vibing on its own thing. It's
Yeah.
hard to explain because it doesn't stay. You don't hear it doing the same like tempo or anything.
Is it changing
it's just free
tempos?
flow. It's free flow.
It's fucking Meshuggah.
It's
fucking
free flow.
crazy.
Ooh.
Oh, dude.
Could you imagine?
Jesus. Oh, no.
But it's
I
just
could not.
straight.
I can't
AI.
even imagine listening to music that doesn't
coding.
have the same tempo. That's
Yeah,
just
I know.
like going all over.
But it
Oh,
fits.
dude,
but
Meshuggah.
it fits. It's
But it
weird.
fits.
It's a trip.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Wow.
Well, and I
You
think
know Meshuggah. You listen to Meshuggah?
it's
No.
okay. It's okay.
We have some schooling to do after this podcast here.
I said, give me a list of questions.
Tune in to the Dark Figures podcast where we talk about music and make playlists for people.
Right, yeah.
Check out the dog.
I guess we could do that.
Playlist.
Yeah, right. Oh, we should do that actually.
We
Good,
should.
Good call.
Take it.
Write that down.
Yeah, write that down.
I don't have. Here's a pen.
All right, yeah.
Put on the ticker. Put on
Yep.
the ticker.
Ticker.
Yep.
Is that what is that for? Ticker? What's the ticker?
It's a little line that you see at the bottom of the screen. That's just.
Oh no, we have
scrolling.
one of those on the top.
We do, yeah.
We put the ticker in today, and it's got actual venues.
Yeah, we have
and shows on
Oh,
it.
Oh, okay,
So
that's
we post-
hilarious.
We boost shows. There.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Check out the ticker. It's on the bottom.
Yeah, it's up
Yeah.
there.
It's on
It's
the
up at
top.
the
Oh, it's on the top.
Yeah,
It's on the
yeah,
top.
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah,
play
for
this
those of
right
you
here.
watching
Right here.
the podcast, and when you see this video later, we are putting up the ticker at the top of the screen there for you, so you can check out local venues putting on these local shows. If you want to check out these bands, go check them out. I highly recommend it. Some really good shows coming up here pretty soon with dates and the venues.
I'm doing double duty actually on one of those.
You little whore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I have to go check it out. I've only seen you perform once.
I know. Yeah, that was actually.
That was a good ass night too.
That was. Fuck, what the hell?
That was at the brew house.
Yeah, the brew house.
Yeah.
What was that? FTR?
Probably.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
All I know is you were looking fine as hell.
Yeah, I was working out. I'm a little bit fatter.
Not so much
we
anymore.
have a table cut in the bottom
gym,
half
you know?
off.
You're limiting my grace of all the hard work I've done.
He's like, I have a kid now. You know, I don't do that shit anymore.
Cinnamon roll's been calling.
I want a cinnamon roll.
I want cinnamon.
Cinnabon.
What's
Give
up?
me
Should we
some
just break right now?
Cinnabon.
A cinnamon, cinnamon break. Hold time out.
Wrap it up with a Cinnabon.
I got a DoorDash coming right now.
Oh, I was gonna do that too. Wings.
Sponsored by
Oh,
Cinnabon.
shit. I had the best wings last night.
Raid
It was
Shadow
amazing.
Legends.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to get some sponsors on here like
Yeah,
that.
do we definitely need to get some sponsors on here.
Brought to you by Wingstop.
Oh yeah.
Please.
Yeah, don't boost it yet. We haven't got that contract yet.
Not yet.
Hey, he means that stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bus
Oh,
stops.
yeah.
Bus stops.
But we can plug.
Secret
If you
talks.
haven't noticed, we do have new merch.
We do
We're
have
just
merch.
starting out. We got some koozies with
love
the
these koozies.
logo on there for the Dark Figures podcast.
Oh, man.
So we're giving those out to our guests. That
I have
way you
never
also
had a
have something
colder
to take
spray.
away.
Never had a
Yeah,
colder
it's
spray.
'cause It's covered in Dark Figure podcast.
It makes it taste so much better. Honestly,
man.
It really does.
it's like nectar of the gods
It
with the
is.
koozie.
The
On it.
nectar.
Oof. Is that some aged Sprite right there? This tastes amazing.
We only get the oldest Sprite.
The oldest part. So going back to the drum corps and stuff, because one of the like we were talking about the history of music and where it could go,
Yeah.
because I think I am one of, like I said, I'm a big fan of listening to drummers drum. I could do that just
All day.
them alone, just listening to the beats they play and the different the timings and changes and fills and things that they do.
Yeah.
And I think drum corps and all that, and including the entirety of the band, is something that is very interesting. And they could create their own music, and they could do covers of or tributes or whatever you want to call it of other bands that have made popular music out there, and they do it in their style.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see that become its own, like, hey, come check us out. Come, we're gonna play at the amphitheater. We're gonna play at the the Reno Aces ballpark, or something of that nature. Like, that would be something so incredible to see, just in itself, instead of being like, oh, and by the way, while you're watching the Las Vegas Raiders, here's this, marching band. And it's like, why not go to see that band?
Yeah.
Why not put out albums of bands that are doing this live and do this incredible thing? I think that could definitely be a thing.
And I mean, there are a few that actually do that. I mean, you can find some drum corps music like on Apple Music and Spotify and things like that. And it's like, and it's literally just like studio recordings of those guys. Yeah. And like you were saying, like doing covers and stuff. It's like I think for the last like 2-3 years, there's a drum corps out of. I'm gonna pretend I know where they. Okay. I'm gonna pretend I know where they're from. They're called the Blue Coats, but like their last 2-3 shows have been based just on Beatles music. Oh. And it's amazing. It's so good. And it's like if you wanted to listen to these guys,
connecting them with like a tribute band like Rain.
Yeah.
Who is so connected. You know how amazing that would be, though.
It's like hooking up a band with an orchestra.
Yeah, well, it's like the S&M. So when Metallica hooked up with the San Francisco Orchestra,
the symphony.
The symphony.
Well, I mean, you've seen it too. It's like Beyonce will bring out like drum lines.
Oh yeah,
it's like
I
things
think
like
they
that.
need to do that more often.
They need to do it so much more often
because it adds so much fullness.
Oh
to
yeah,
the whole song. Dude.
Yeah,
it's unreal. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
No, it's like that. That's the kind of live music that it's like it never gets old. Yeah, it's always amazing. It's like I've performed in places that it's like I've gone down Main Street in Disneyland and I've gone in the Rose Parade and things like that. It's like that stuff never gets old.
You're right.
It's never.
What's your biggest show that you've played that you capped like on
like in front of an audience? Or
in front of
I would probably say the Tournament of Roses. I mean, that's broadcasted to
the Rose Bowl and
the Rose Bowl Parade. Yeah, it's broadcasted to millions of people.
Oh, so you're definitely on number one right
National
now on our
level,
fucking on our charts right now.
Yeah, check us out. Hey, 2009 Tournament of Roses.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
But no, it's like, and then since then, it's like that was the first time we went. Since then, we've my high school, my alma mater, has gone like 3-4 times since then, and going onto a parade that big that many times in like 12 years. It's it's pretty great stuff.
Is it easy because you're with this giant group of people, you're all in it together, rather than it being like, obviously if it was just you going out there in front of millions of people, you'd probably be like, I'm gonna die right now.
I mean, it's definitely like a group effort.
Yeah.
You're not really focused on the cameras. You're focused on just doing your thing.
Right.
And if I went out there by myself, I'd probably shit myself. But it's like going out there as a band. You're like, okay, well, let me make sure this is right. Let me make sure this is right. It's like, because I don't want to be the guy that fucks it up for everyone.
Right.
I don't even know if I can swear on here, but
no, you can't.
Go for
perfect.
It.
Yeah,
we're
past it.
Yeah. No, and it's like when you're out there, you're really just thinking about your rehearsal because before we even left, this is in the middle of winter. We were out here practicing, in 3 feet of snow. and then you go over to LA where it's 90 degrees at 8 in the morning.
Right.
You know? So
Where's
I
the
think that just
slush?
makes you better, though.
it does. Yeah.
No, it
From
does,
that
yeah.
extreme to another.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
You're bringing me in sunshine and in 70-degree
Well,
weather.
not only that, but think about the breathing techniques you're doing when you're
Oh, you're
at
the
higher
elevation.
altitude.
The
Oh, yeah.
elevation.
And it
Well,
helps when you go to lower.
100%, especially on the the wind instruments.
Oh,
like
that was the one thing that our director would always say every time, because so our band was too big to actually compete in Northern Nevada. So
how many players did you guys have?
we had like 200.
Shit, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like
I would say,
Slipknot.
like-
I got 9.
I mean,
got
our
9.
I mean that high school now, McQueen High School plug, but they probably have like maybe like 60 now. But back when I was there, we were anywhere between 150 to 200.
That's crazy. Getting that many people together on one certain
And to coordinate that many people.
and to coordinate that
Yeah.
many people
Yeah.
is just
When I remember
unfucking
being in like 92. I graduated in 92, played for Reed.
real.
And when we do our formations, we take up the whole field.
Yeah.
Like we're end zone to end zone with musicians, drums,
Yeah.
flags,
Yeah.
everybody.
And-
Everyone was on there.
Yeah.
So what's the
Nowadays,
the
it's
process
like
on that, though?
they're just standing still in the middle, barely covering the, 20 yards worth of football.
Yeah, no, fuck
field.
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah, no instruments, bro.
How do you guys how does the organization of that many people actually
Fucking
come
hours
to,
and
is
hours
there
and
multiple
hours.
people kind of organizing people and telling them where to go, or do they break it up in sections and kind of do it
Both.
piece
Both.
by
It's
piece?
I think it's both.
It's
Yeah.
both.
Is it both?
It's both. So it's like when you first go to to band camp, and they it's one time at band camp.
Real thing.
Everyone does. It is a real thing.
Tuba up,
Band
Mike.
camp is a real
Was there a
thing.
flute involved?
No, there are flutes. No, when you first start,
Oboe
you
players
get
are hot.
you get sheets that have the formations printed out. Everyone has their own number.
Okay.
This is how we did it. I don't know if everyone does it the same way.
Well, that's
but-
what I want to get to.
Yeah.
Is like I want to because on big productions like this is like how do you get that many people? And I'm sure they've
Practice.
taken it. Well, not
yeah.
only that, but if you got one person trying to orchestrate 200 people, it's not going to work.
Well,
No.
think about it
It's
this
like-
way.
No.
Because typically you probably learn the music first, right?
Or
Or do you work
Both
on the
simultaneous.
choreography?
Simultaneous.
It's
Yes,
simultaneous.
it's
Yeah,
simultaneous?
it's simultaneous
It's
for the
probably
most part.
based on
Yeah.
footsteps. So it's
We have-
on,
yeah.
walking is on a beat
No.
itself. Just like
No.
no.
No,
No.
I've had to cover like 40 yards and 8
Yeah.
4 bars with a tuba,
Yeah.
dude. You're like
You're running.
ostrich running,
Yeah.
trying not to while you're playing something else. I'm playing 1812 overture.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Covering distance like
Yeah.
running
That's
backwards.
insane.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you're
No,
not
it's
just
like
marching.
that's like jazz running. Going back to it, it's like you have to cover 5 yards and 4 steps. You know,
Yeah.
and everybody knows what 5 yards looks like. It's
Right,
15
right.
feet. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like when you first start, it's like you for the most part are outside. You're learning your spots.
Right.
You're going from one spot to another, and then you're doing it again, and then
Right.
going back, and then doing it again, and then going back, and not that much time is really spent in the band room playing your music, trying to get to learn it. That's almost
Like homework.
yeah.
That's like
No,
what
it's
you
like
do
no,
at
a lot of that.
home.
Yeah,
No,
a
in
lot
your
of that
parts.
is spent
Yeah.
on you. They're like, we expect you to know how to play this,
Right. Okay.
because we're here to teach you how to march it.
It's a dance group. That's all it is.
It's
Well,
hard.
like I remember you had your sheet music attached for the first bit,
Yeah.
and because you don't have the music memorized yet,
Right.
and then you also had your formations that you had to dry run and
Yeah.
no music, and then they're just clicking your
Yeah.
snare drum out there, just clicking the beats,
Yeah.
and you're marching your spot,
yeah,
and doing that, practicing, and then there's like okay, no music,
yeah.
and then you're doing it and you start putting it all together,
Yep.
and then your instructor's like up in the bleachers watching it from the top,
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
him.
and you're yeah.
He's not
Great
important.
job. I'm sitting down. I need more
I'm worried about
nachos.
my sheets that are in front
Where's
of me.
the hot dog guy?
What do you want?
Let's do it again.
What's this fucking guy? He's having a seizure up
He's
there.
up there with
just
a
waving his
bullhorn.
hands
Yeah.
around. dude.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
did have a bullhorn. Yeah,
Had a
no,
bullhorn.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I would have threw rocks at the guy at an instant, dude. My sticks would have been gone. I would have out of sticks. I was trying to hit the guy who was waving up there with the bullhorn.
Well, he's so far. You wouldn't. be able to reach him. But
No, I would have hit him.
yeah.
For sure.
I could throw a pigskin
I
over
was
them
in
mountains.
baseball too.
They put
Watch
the-
my
they put the-
curveball on this stick.
They
So
got
like-
the woodwind players up front because they got the weakest arms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tubas and the drums are in the back
Here,
line.
weak bitch, grab this. Hit that fucking guy up there.
Robert is Uncle Rico
Oh,
from
yeah, dude.
Back in my
Napoleon
day, I could throw-
Dynamite.
Yeah.
I can throw a shirt over those mountains. Back in my
I
day.
could throw a pigskin over them mountains out there.
Hey, watch me.
Yeah.
But that and it's so it is a very tedious and
Very.
rigorous training
Yeah,
to
that's
do
a
that,
lot.
you know.
Yeah. Jesus
And I think
Christ.
that's the beauty about it is like people don't think about all the work that goes into doing something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's-
they appreciate
No,
that
and
type of
especially
fucking work.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I didn't until this fucking goddamn podcast. Like, Jesus Christ. I was like, yeah, those guys are just walking around.
I get upset watching college football when they go
Yeah.
to some BS during halftime.
Yeah.
And you got like some of the best bands in the nation
Right, they just pan
are on
out.
the field just
Yeah.
crushing it.
And they
they're
show like a 10-second.
They're busy
clip of
doing
them.
their
Yeah.
halftime.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
like, check the
yeah.
cheerleaders.
Stats and-
Which
yeah.
I'm
No,
not mad at. Check the cheerleaders. But pan back over.
The
I
fucking
wanna hear-
cheerleaders get more FaceTime than we do.
I know,
Yeah,
that's
no, it's like,
crazy.
yeah, you watch like Ohio State versus Michigan. And it's like you have literally the best damn band in the
Yeah,
land, and
right,
like
yeah.
they get like 10 seconds of airtime.
Yeah, right, yeah. This is good. This is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on.
I was like, they're literally writing out the whole script Ohio. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, come on, guys. No, and it's that was the one thing that would always bug me, and it's crazy. It's like if you actually do watch like college football, like in the playoffs and now, it's like they actually do cut to the marching bands for a good amount of time.
They need to.
And they need
Yeah.
to.
They need
yeah,
to.
yeah.
100% they
And it's
need
great.
to.
I appreciate it so much
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Every musician, even if they're not involved with it,
Yeah.
appreciates that.
Can we
Well,
all
it's like-
can we all agree there's just way too much polyester in the uniforms? Though?
Honest.
Like, I think-
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
they definitely need
come
to work
on.
on their
Marching
uniforms.
band
I'm not
uniforms
even
are
joking.
the
Like, can we get
worst.
past that part?
The
Like,
worst.
Yeah.
I think the worst was, speaking of polyester, we did the Fiesta Bowl parade, which is in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh, just
it's
imagine
New Year's.
like, yeah, I know.
It's New Year's, but it was
Still,
120
it's
degrees.
Phoenix.
It was 120 degrees, and we had like 6-7 people like pass out, and it was kind of crazy because like half the people that passed out actually just like stood right up and just kept going,
Right.
and whereas like
That's
some people,
dedication,
yeah,
yeah.
that's dedication. And I was like, shit. I was like, I might just pass out just so I can get carted off of here. You know? But
They're
you
like,
know,
it's all right.
It
You're
always-
not on camera.
it
It's
crosses
all right,
your
we'll keep
mind.
going."
yeah, and
Just
it's like,
kick him off the field.
yeah, dude, and it was so bad, and we had brand new uniforms that year, and it's like they were all just like sweated through, and I was like, I hope they clean these because
You're like, what the
They
fuck?
won't.
What do you think
They
we are in
won't.
Alaska playing? this shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
dude, it's and that's why I loved like the cold weather like parades. We
Yeah.
did the Grey Eagle one a lot.
Oh, Grey Eagle would have been great.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, it wasn't ever cold, but it
No,
was.
but it's
It was like
Grey Eagle,
60,
dude. It's
70
nice,
degrees.
dude. It's
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
it was so nice, and
The
it's
only
like
thing you're dealing with is the elevation. That's
it's the
only-
short. It was the shortest parade too. It's like a lot of people don't realize like the Rose Bowl parade's like 10 miles long.
That's crazy.
You know, and you're marching in time and
Are
playing.
you,
and
are you playing the same song or you have like an entire
Like
set?
you're
like-
we have a
basically-
repertoire. There's a
yeah,
repertoire.
okay.
We play like 3 different songs. We do have like a competition song because there is a section of it that is judged,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's how you actually know how well you did. And that's when you actually had like what was our competition song?
So do you guys wait until that time comes and you're like, all right,
So
let's
it's like
cut.
they'll
We'll play
change it
our
up.
best song.
They'll change
Like,
it up. We have like signals with our drum majors in the front.
Yeah.
And you know they'll go by the whole band with like a 1 or a 2, and you know they'll reset basically. They'll reset the whole band, and they're like, all right, this competition, we're gonna
Okay.
reset. We're gonna
Yeah.
play this now.
Yeah, so you got a flag guy saying
Exactly.
like, hey, this
Yeah.
is coming up. We
Yeah.
gotta get going on this.
Yeah, and I mean that's really how the whole thing went. And it's like when you do what was it, like a 4th of July, like a Grey Eagle parade? It's like you do your 2 songs and you're done.
Yeah,
you know,
'cause it's
Yeah.
short. Like you're not running
exactly.
much.
It's like we never had to worry about you know which song we're gonna do at what time, because it's like you have your 2 and then you're done.
Right.
You know, it was so short. It was maybe like a quarter mile, half mile.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's definitely like changes that go on for the longer ones, especially if you're judged.
Yeah.
If you're not judged, a lot of band directors will just have you go
Keep-
through. Yeah. Like just get it done and we're good.
Now, what determines whether or not this is an event you're gonna get judged for?
It's usually predetermined before.
Okay.
Like,
so they tell you, hey, this is a judged,
yeah.
ceremony, judged event.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
They need to
it's always
surprise you.
judged.
That's how
If
I
there's
wanna
no,
do
if
it.
yeah,
Like,
there's
that
no
day-
actual
on that
judges.
Day, it's like, hey, you got this hey,
Right, yeah,
hope you
yeah.
guys are ready.
yeah. No, if like,
The
All
Thunderdome,
parades were like
bitch.
judged.
Yeah.
'Cause there's always
I've-
that spot where you stop.
Yeah.
and
Right.
perform
yeah.
Right, yeah.
For like and there's the people sitting in their little chairs.
Yeah.
Waving.
Right, yeah. They
Someone's
get,
up there
the
taking notes.
bleachers are set up. Like, it's like you're running through that.
It's kind of like a
Yeah.
restaurant where it's like you never know when the critic's gonna come
Yeah.
in and eat.
Yeah.
You just do your thing all the time,
No,
like there's a critic out there or whatever.
No,
Well, you should be doing that anyway.
get
It's
to
like,
the-
I'm gonna pull all this shit out
you get to like the end of the
critics get
parade
here.
and there's a booth and that's
Yeah.
where they're at and then
Yeah.
your drum major will stop you, like he'll do the little thing with the baton and the
Yeah.
snare drum will do a little play a different little beat
Right.
and that's your audio
Oh,
cue
yeah,
to
yeah.
start marking time.
Yeah.
It's just one
And
guy,
then he'll play the little whatever and that's like everyone gets quiet and then you hear the start off and ba-da-da-da, and
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. So
Fucking-
it's like
You bring
it's
big balls to that goddamn
Blow
it's
harder
like-
than you've ever blown before.
no, it's like, I mean, even if you're not judged, you're always judged. You know,
Right,
because
yeah.
if it's not an actual judge, it's gonna be your band director. It's gonna be
Right.
the people that watch
Somebody.
you. It's gonna be somebody.
Well,
like,
even on those ones you're not judged on, I'm sure you're playing like fucking great.
yeah, you still don't want to look like shit.
No,
you know,
yeah, you don't wanna
because
sound
like
like
there's
shit.
still people there. You
Right,
know, you
yeah,
don't.
Exactly. You want to give people
Yeah,
a good show.
yeah.
so
You don't.
it's
You don't want to be that marching band that's going through, and it's like people are like, "Oh, great,
Yeah, right.
It's a fucking high
Let's
school
not have
marching
him
band."
on
Like,
next
oh,
year.
jeez. Yeah. And no, it's like I said, if you're not judged, you're still being judged.
Right.
Whether it's an actual judge or not, you know, that's always different. But,
Right.
Yeah.
like I know McQueen, they do the Reno Rodeo
Oh, okay.
all the time.
Yeah.
They do it every year. That's not judged, but
Still,
You're
playing
still
for the
judged.
City
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Reno.
you're still judged.
No matter
you know?
what,
With a
Yeah.
bunch of people
No matter
looking
what
at
high
you,
school
yeah.
you're from.
I was like, I saw thousands of people, you know, on the side of the roads, you know, for a parade. So it's like, you know, even if you're not judged, you're still being
Yeah.
judged.
Right. Right.
How much
You got
horse
half the people playing Beat It and the other half playing Paparazzi by Lady Gaga. It's just not working.
how much horse shit do you think you've stepped in?
Oh, so much.
So much horse
So much horseshit.
and you can't do anything about it.
You
That's the
can't do
best
anything.
smell when it's like 100 degrees.
And that's the worst too. Is like when
When
we
you get
do
back in your
when we
car.
do the Reno Rodeo, we're never in uniform. We're in matching T-shirts and that's it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're stepping in there with your J's, with your Air Maxes. You know, it's like that's
Yeezys on.
yeah, with your Yeezys.
First year fucking Jordans. in
Yeah, no,
there,
it's like
dude,
because you have to stay in formation. You can't stray off to the side just to miss some horseshit. So it's like if someone hits horseshit,
Yeah, you're going through.
You're
it.
hitting
everyone's
going
going through it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
by the time the drumline gets to do it, it's already compacted down.
All
Like,
right,
it's
they're-
like
they're like, "Thank
I was the
you."
clarinets. I was in the front. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I was always getting the fresh shit. You
Yeah,
know?
right, yeah.
yeah.
Real good stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
Making
man.
fertilizer.
We actually,
this shit.
yeah, we actually sink into it. Yeah, no, dude, horseshit was the worst.
Is there like this is the ultimate place to be, like in terms of competition for drum corps? You know, kind of like for metal bands, it's like, oh, if we play the Wacken tour in Germany, like that's how I know I
Right. Oh,
made
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you know, like you know, for a comedian, I sold out Madison Square Garden. Like
Yeah.
that's
Which only a
the,
couple
you know,
comedians
Yeah.
exactly. So is there that like ivory tower of the drum line world? Or
I would say there isn't an actual place, but it's an event. A lot of drum corps try to like peak at finals night, obviously because that's when it matters the most.
right.
For the last like 12 years, it's been at Lucas Oil, which is over in Indianapolis. But
Are they going
You
to
know,
change the
I don't
location?
know. They're under contract, so it's like
Is there money?
Also, how-
Is there
what's
money
the
for
contract?
Yeah,
winning
is there
that?
a grand
Well,
prize?
that's 12 years
There-
at one location is fucking
there's
rough,
no
dude.
there's
That's
no
like-
money, but there are some, like if you're a more successful drum corps, you get a lot more sponsorship and you make money that way.
Yeah,
Because you don't actually make money by winning anything. You just
It's
get your
sponsors.
sponsorship. Yeah.
It's like racing cars. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. You're just getting all
Yeah.
that sponsors.
No, it's like everybody, even if you're not that into drum corps.
if NASCAR, you
win
still
money.
get a grand prize if you
yeah,
win
so
the race.
even the winner doesn't like get a pool of
Yeah,
something.
you
That's
get
not
some
an
money.
Oh, you get a good
Well, that's
chunk of
all
money.
it is. Like fucking
It's a giant
race.
Happy Gilmore check. Big fuck, throw that thing in the car.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Exactly.
Oh, what's that fucking basketball movie that?
Semi-pro.
Yes. He's like, are you trying to cash his check, man? I don't know. He's like, you gotta just keep trying, man. Are you going to the right bank? I don't know, man. Like, you need to try.
You got to go to a giant bank for a giant check. You know?
Okay, man, I'll try that.
I'll try that.
No, I wouldn't say there's like an actual pool. It's like everyone's just kind of playing for like clout, and you know, there are, even if you're not that into drum corps, it's like everybody knows, like, you know, the Concord Blue Devils. You know, they've won so many. You know, everyone knows the Blue Coats. Everyone knows Carolina Crown. You know, stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
And it makes it nice because, well, I wouldn't say nice, but it makes it feasible for those people to actually put a lot of good talent on the field because they get so much recognition and they get so much clout that they can actually charge less for their what's it called, like their fees, their touring fees,
travel fees.
Yeah, because people don't realize, you know, it costs like $2,500 to $3,000 just to do a summer.
Yeah, but how does that cut into that though? That's what I don't understand. Like, how does that cut into that fee?
So it's like if you have that much more clout, if you get a lot more recognition,
right? You're that.
It's like you get a lot more sponsorship.
People are more you're more desired to be brought on.
So you're saying your sponsorship's playing that dividend really.
So basically, when you pay your fees, that's for the food that you eat when you're on tour. Yeah. That's for the places that you sleep. Okay. Which is hardly ever a hotel. It's usually like a high school gym. Right. It pays for things like that. There is not. But when you're like the Blue Devils or when you're like the Blue Coats, people like that have more money going into them. Right. All of a sudden, you don't need to charge them for food. You don't need to charge them for places to sleep. It's like you just charge them. You're basically just paying for gas. You know?
I mean, no, technically they're getting charged though, but it's based off what's picking up the tab is the actual sponsors.
Yeah.
The sponsors of the thing. So they're picking up the tab of that.
Yeah.
So it would be, you have to be top dog to get those sponsorships to be like,
the big sponsors.
Hey, they're fucking good. Anything they want, you know what? Fucking filet mignon steaks, and lobster tails, they're fucking grabbing it. Like,
but that doesn't necessarily go individually, like in terms of like a lump sum of money that a sponsor will provide to a certain group.
Yeah.
That's not like, all right, divide it up amongst the 200 of you. You know, that's not how it works, right? It goes to the organization that sets up the whole group.
Well, it's just like colleges where it's like you have boosters.
Right.
It's like people pay into it.
So it's paid to the program per se. And then it's new uniforms, it's better instruments, it's a new place to practice, rehearse.
Get out of this? That's where I want to get to, because
it's really a pride thing. It's a pride thing. Really? You know, it's knowing that you're performing with the best musicians in the country, and you're doing this day after day, timelessly, and it's like at the end of the day, it's like everybody wants to say, "Oh, I marched Blue Devils that 1 year.
Yeah.
I marched Carolina Crown that day."
The pride.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's like it's like a gym membership. You know, it's like when you pay to go work out just to be your best. Right. You know, it's like you don't get anything out of it. You know, money wise,
personally,
a lot of people get clout out of it. They're like, "Oh yeah, I was that soloist. I did this, I did that."
I'm just
but for the most part,
200 people though, getting all that much clout, it kind of dilutes it. As to say, you know, you got.
Well, it depends on what you feel is the fame you want.
Like, what is it?
Well, it's like if you paid like $1,000 to like tour with Led Zeppelin.
Well, this is like the thing now.
But you're not getting
anything.
You can tell, and you pay to play.
You're not getting anything, but at the end of the day, you could be like, dude, I toured with fucking Led Zeppelin. You know?
All right, we paid to play at the Whiskey A Go Go, and
in LA.
Guess where that led me? I think I used it once, and that was here on the podcast. You guys are welcome.
You paid?
No, and that's how it is now with Whiskey A Go Go. You have to pay to play.
Unless you are a national
Unless you're a national
band.
and they ask you to play there, you have to pay.
Well, don't you always have to like pay to
fuck California?
Don't you always have to pay to like play like a venue? It's like because you're kind of leasing it for a night, don't you?
No, well that's the thing, because what they, especially here in Reno, what they base it off of is people coming in. So there's ticket sales,
pre-sales.
There's pre-sales, and then there's bar.
Yeah.
So they base it off that. They make their fucking money.
One way or the other.
One way or the other. It doesn't matter. So you're not paying into it.
Yeah.
And which is the same in California, which I don't understand. And so Whiskey A Go Go, it's a huge place, and it's a very popular. You know, the Doors started out there.
Famous.
Motley
That's
Crue.
Yeah, Motley Crue got, everybody started there, and so they're basing it off the name.
Yeah.
So you're really just paying for the fucking name of the thing.
Because exactly. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like you're paying to play there.
Yeah.
Just for what? Just so you can say you played there.
Yeah. So they're getting paid twice actually for you playing there.
And then all the revenue they get from the people being there from ticket
because
sales
they still
and
do
from
ticket
the bar.
sales, and
Plus
they'll
the
still do
$20 gin and tonics.
And not only that, and not only that, but they'll what they'll do is they'll overbook shows. So they'll do like, all right, we're gonna do like 4 or 5 bands on this one show.
Jesus.
So they're getting paid each band, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, everybody who's coming in.
Oh, wow.
And then everybody who's paying at the bar. So they're just raking it in. Just
Wow.
crazy.
I'm gonna open a bar in Reno and charge people to come in.
Yeah, nobody will show up, especially me. Go fuck yourself. You start doing that, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Every time someone says like, they have a live show going on, I'm like, I'll go check it out. Then I'm like, oh yeah, $10 at the door. I'm like,
Well,
Yeah, see, that's our struggle. That's our struggle.
yeah.
That's
that's
band
what
money
we-
though. That's
that's-
band money. Yeah, right.
well,
No,
maybe.
Cut of it.
You know how many?
Yeah, how
I've
much
been
of
doing
that would you say you get out of that $10?
I'm gonna get to that. So, as a band, for me, playing in the amount of bands I've played in, and how many times I've played in multiple venues, multiple shows, you know how much money I've gotten from just playing?
Just a lot of pride.
0. Absolutely nothing.
But how?
What do you mean how?
How does the band not take a cut of
Well,
the
so
ticket
that's
sales?
the thing. It
That's the
depends.
thing.
So either you either have an agreement ahead of time or you don't, because the big thing is 9 times out of 10, any money that the band will make goes to the band fund.
It's a band fund, so it's a collective.
So,
okay.
and that either goes to merch, it goes to
usually.
practice equipment, it goes to whatever you are
You got
going
a
to
space.
use it
Most bands have spaces
Practice
where you have
spaces,
to have to pay for the space
Studios.
For the month.
Yeah.
Studios for the month. So that usually goes into that. But.
for. And it's very rare. I mean, there are people out there that go, no, I want the money, right, or my cut of the money, and and they're entitled to it. But obviously, the general thing is, we're not out there to put, I guess, our music out there just so that I could get paid for that night. Unless I was busking, or if I'm really trying to make it somewhere and I'm doing a solo thing, that's like,
Well,
like
I've done
Jewel
that too, where it's like it's a hired gun thing. So
Right.
like me, like I would do like, all right, if the band really wanted me,
right,
you would pay an hourly wage,
right. Well, and then
and
you
then
got
you get paid the hour.
but then you got people like Jewel back in the day in the '90s who was homeless and was just trying to make ends meet. She had nowhere to live. She was living out of her car.
Yeah, but I
and
think
she
that-
played in a coffee shop.
Coffee shops, yeah.
But that
Yeah,
was
she was-
pretty much
but
that's
she
all
made it-
musicians though. Everybody's really
No,
technically
well,
living.
Yeah, I was
out
like,
of
how
their
many?
fucking
Yeah,
car.
I was
True,
gonna say, I
but
was
she
how many
also-
musicians are like that.
But she
Yeah,
also
a lot.
established a relationship with this coffee shop that was going under, and was like, "Look, I'll bring people if you just let me keep playing here. If you just stay open, like it's a good
Right.
area." And the owner's like, "All right, we'll give it this much time."
Yeah.
And it just kept growing and growing and growing because she kept going out and just playing out
Oh,
in the
shit,
street
I
and
didn't
going,
know that.
"All right, come see me at this coffee shop." And then it just grew to where people were not only
There
did
was
the
a
business
line out,
thrive,
and you couldn't
Yeah.
even get in.
yeah,
there.
but the business thrived. It picked back up, and they were one of the busiest places in town. But then you had people who were just standing outside just to listen to her play.
Yeah.
Right.
And musicians can build themselves up to that point, and it's easier when you're a solo artist. But when you're in a band, it's a little different. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there's 4 to 5 of you, or however many, all trying to accomplish the same goal.
Yeah.
And even if like in her position, like one night she makes $100,
Yeah.
that's $100 profit.
It was
Yeah.
really
But-
just based on her though. It was just her though.
Well, exactly. But if
it.
it was like us,
Like a full band,
there's
you're not
5 of
getting
us.
that.
That's
Yeah.
$10.
Robert's in front of Starbucks with this kid. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go away.
That
we
would not
play
go
it.
well. That would definitely go under. I'd be like, yeah, you guys want to stay open?
Right.
And they'd be like, yeah, we could open for about 30 minutes and you're done. Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's like each member wouldn't get paid individually. It's like it's more of a band fund. that
It's
just
a
goes to-
collective, and
Okay.
and anytime you start a band, it's more like that. Like I didn't go into bands going, all right, I need to make this fucking amount of money or
Yeah.
anything. And then that's going back to the dedication of musicians, where you go, I'm in it for the music.
Yeah.
Like the time and effort
Such a
that
cliche thing to say too.
I know it is extreme.
I do it for the music.
I do it for the music, bro. But I mean, it really is because you're making fucking shit.
Yeah.
You're making
And
nothing.
it also depends on where you play at too.
Yeah.
You know, if you're playing in
But even
LA,
on tour,
you
you're
might have a
doing
better
shit.
chance of getting more money for playing that venue than
Yeah.
say,
We didn't make any money off of fucking Whiskey a Go-Go.
No, you
We had
already
to pay.
established. You had to pay to
Yeah.
play. That's different.
I was
but
negative.
I'm saying,
That was negative money on
no,
that one.
we're not talking about the whiskey, but I'm saying, like, if you were to play another venue in LA where there's more foot traffic, there's more population, there's more opportunity to play to strangers, and
Yeah.
they like what you're doing, and they end up paying at the door, and it's one of those venues where you get paid,
Yeah.
you might get paid more
It's the name.
rather than playing in the
But
middle of a
that's- no,
fucking
it's like that's-
cornfield in
That anyway.
Nebraska.
If people would show up to shows, you wouldn't have that. You don't need to go to LA.
But
You
that's
have
where
that
it,
here.
but that's where it
If
comes
people
down
But
to.
it's like
show
that.
up.
That's the age of social media, though, where it's like it's not about being the best; it's about getting your name out there.
Well, and then, but like with the drum corps,
Yeah.
you're on to, you know, you're playing the Rose Bowl where people aren't there to see the drum corps. They're there to see, you know, the teams that are going to play
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
But you get that exposure by playing off of that opportunity.
Yeah.
Whereas like guys like us, when we play music, we're just trying to play for us. Like we're trying to get people to come see us, not.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, maybe the other bands that are playing too, obviously, but
Yeah.
we're not playing for some crazy event
Yeah,
where there's
right.
already going to be millions or thousands of people already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's way different. It's
Yeah.
literally like taking a drum corps and being like, "Hey, everybody, come see us out in the Home Depot parking lot in Sparks."
You guys should put out a
And
tip jar
everybody's
and
like,
see how
"Yeah,
much.
I did a
love
couple of those.
this.
I did a couple of those. When I was in high
You
school.
did not. A Home Depot one?
Dude, I played at fucking Jimmy John's, dude.
What?
Yeah.
You did not?
In the
Did you
parking
really?
lot. Yes,
I
sir.
play for a Jimmy John.
Yes,
Was it
sir.
just you or was it a bunch of people?
No, it was the band. It was
No
we,
shit.
We were in the parking lot.
Did you guys put out a tip jar?
No.
You guys should have. I want to.
It went to the band fund.
It went to the band.
Yeah,
It went to
the band
fund,
fund.
you know? Yeah, no, it's like you do random little shit like that, and it's
Yeah.
like even like the Blue Devils, they're all they're from Concord, so they're from the Bay.
Right.
They actually have members of their drum line. They're actually in like the San Francisco 49ers drum line,
Oh no shit.
and
Okay.
basically that whole Niners drum line is the Blue Devils.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that's why they're so good. And you know, things like that. It's like just anything for exposure to get your name out there, because it's like none of these kids are making money.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they're doing it for the prestige. They're doing it for
Yeah.
the clout. They're doing it just to get their name out there and to say, hey,
I was part of that.
remember that 2014 Blue Devils where we had the record high, you know, points?
Yeah.
I was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're playing for that.
But what's the lead after that? That's where I don't understand it.
I mean, there's
like
there's a
after you say that, as people are like, "Oh my God, will you come play my fucking bar mitzvah?" Like, like
So
that-
a lot
whole
of
marching
a
band
lot of
at bar
people,
mitzvah?
a lot of people, depending on like what corps you're from, they'll get like a following. What you do with that following is up to you.
Oh, so it's like really based on the social media side of things.
Yeah.
Like you get a good
Yeah.
following, and then you get it paid from advertisements and.
Well,
and
it's like
stuff
even me. It's like, dude, I did high school football. It's like I got nothing from that.
right.
I got a state ring.
Right. Yeah.
It never translated to anything.
Right.
But it, you know, it's still a good story where it's like I can connect with other people that were in football
Right.
and
Okay.
you know, things like that. It's like not everything in life has to have like an ultimate end goal. You know,
hobby.
it's just
becomes
it's
a
just
hobby, yeah.
It's just a hobby.
That's a hobby.
Yeah.
I'm,
I mean, we
I'm
got-
always thinking 10-year. Like, what's my
We got
10-year?
St. Patrick's Day coming out, right? You got like drum and pipe bands.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
are
yeah.
coming. You know, they're gonna be out
Yeah.
at these places playing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the Celtic games and stuff. Reno has. You got those.
Yeah.
It's like some old guys, man. There's like 10 of them, and they're out there just getting it.
Yeah.
So they've been doing that forever.
Yeah.
You know.
They just wait
No,
for
it's
this
like
moment, like the march is coming around.
No, it's like I was in band with people that are still playing, and I've got friends that are doing like that reggae fest over in Tahoe, you know,
Okay,
and it's
yeah.
like people like that.
right.
You know, aside from that, it's like some people, yeah, they do turn into a career, but for the most part, it's like you're just doing it because you love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's actually why they're so good. Is like there's no end goal to this; they just want to be the best.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Well, and sometimes that can get in the way, right? Especially when you're driving for a grand prize of, being paid to be living on the road, traveling, playing shows, as a multi-platinum band or something of that nature. Sometimes the money does get in the way, right? Of the passion behind what you're doing.
Rock band,
Well, it's like
especially
like
in the '80s era, right?
Yeah, it's like watch any movie
I wanted
that's
to be Scarface. That mound of coke really fucking got me.
yeah, no, it's like watch any movie that's based on like a rock band. It's like what's the shit that goes off? It's like it's always some kind of conflict between money
or relationships
or who's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Egos. And egos.
Yeah. A huge thing. And that's why like 200 people, there's got to be some fucking egos
There's so many egos, yeah.
Like that many people, there's like, this ego's fighting with this ego.
Usually just the trumpet players have the
those are the worst. Those are the worst. They're the
Trumpet
worst.
players
They get the
like,
high notes and all of a
motherfuckers.
sudden, yeah, no, it's like I feel like the trumpet players are like the lead guitarists of the band.
Tight leather. They all wore tight leather pants. No one else was wearing tight. They would show up with tight leather.
They
got
got
my
that.
fancy pants.
My fancy pants.
They compare their own six packs to each other,
Right, yeah. Mine's better.
Bleached tips.
Yeah.
That kind of guy.
Especially too, because it's like they always fucking rehearse like shirtless and all that stuff. And
What is this, Bert Kreischer?
what is this? And it's funny. It's actually no. It's they don't look nothing like Bert Kreischer.
That would be great, though.
But it's funny. It's funny because like speaking of social media, it's like I have so many like I love using practice clips and stuff like that to upload to my page.
Yeah.
Instead of actual like what are they called?
Like
production,
competition,
yeah.
production.
Because
you
those
got
are all,
lined in and
those
everything.
are all like professionally like mixed and mastered.
It's mixed and mastered.
I love someone out there with just an iPhone that's
It's
just
just a
out
raw.
there recording a practice.
Yep.
But it's like so many of my videos get flagged because it's like so many of the kids are. Well, I'm not gonna say so many. All the kids are like shirtless. And I get flagged for that. And they're like, "Oh, it's like
What?
yeah."
What are they? You got a bunch
It's like
of chicks
teenage.
out there
It's
with their
like
fucking
teenage
tits hanging
nudity.
out? What the fuck? Why are you getting
No, they were
flagged?
sports
CP,
bras.
yeah.
They were sports bras, but it's like
Yeah,
it's
why
like
you
the
getting
guys
flagged?
though.
There's no nip. You can't get flagged for
Talk
that.
to TikTok.
Dude,
Talk to TikTok.
well,
That's all.
China doesn't
Talk to
like
China.
nipples, man.
Talk to China.
I
Yeah.
don't like nipples.
China.
China, very
Like, we
conservative.
paid for that sports
It's
bra.
hilarious. And I'm like, bro, this is such a good clip. And I was like, you're going to flag me for that bullshit?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah, the flagging thing's
Yeah.
been great with us too.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
Yeah, we're been
Oh,
all
we've been
right.
good now.
Just gotta
We've
quit
been
playing
alright.
copyright music. We'll be
We,
alright.
we play a lot of copyright.
Dude, I got flagged for that too. I was so pissed.
Did you? Why? Because
From one of the songs that was being performed.
Okay, so
Yeah, because you could only do a certain amount of time. On
Right.
that, right.
so what was it, Tuesday? It was like International Women's Day.
You're right.
God bless women. Man.
Yeah,
right,
God
yeah,
bless
yeah.
women.
Very beautiful.
I was trying to upload a clip that was a cover of what's her name? Ava
It's
Max.
Raining
It was an
Men.
Ava Max. No, it was an Ava Max song, and so they had it playing in the background, and then it was three women on the snares, and they're doing the whole cover. It sounded amazing. It was great, and I went to upload it on Instagram and TikTok. It got flagged. They're like, "Oh,
On
there's
both?
there's
Because-
copyright music on here. We can't do this." I was like, "What? Why?" But I mean, I understand
Because they were
it,
that
but
good.
They were that good.
Well, it
That's
makes you
why.
kind of
Not gonna
wonder,
lie.
like,
You should tell them the next time, fuck it up a little bit.
well,
Yeah.
there's people out there making videos of doing cover songs of playing along with the track.
Yeah.
and it makes you wonder, like, how much do they have to jump through hoops in order to get that opportunity to play that without getting flagged?
No, they're flagged. Copyright flag just means you don't get any monetization on the video, and the
Yeah.
owner,
Well, and that's the thing too. It's like
the
I
owner
don't
of the
make any
copyright gets the
money.
music.
Yeah, I was like, I have like 200,000 followers. I don't make any money off
But
of
like
that.
Right,
Instagram
yeah, yeah,
and
so
TikTok,
yeah.
though, will actually they'll just mute.
Yeah, that's what they did.
They'll
Actually,
mute
they
the
muted
audio,
they
yeah.
muted my audio, and I was like, well, there's no
Just
point in
'cause
having
There's no
this
point
video
because
if you
it's in
can't
a
listen
video.
to it.
Somebody going.
Yeah,
YouTube's got the algorithm will search.
Well, that's
for
what I
it.
was saying.
Yeah.
So you're not on YouTube though,
Proactively.
right?
Okay.
So I mean, you
not.
said you have 200 followers or 200,000 followers,
TikTok.
like, and that's on TikTok.
yeah.
And you don't make any revenue off of that. There's no.
Any revenue I would make, it comes.
There's
from
no
fundraisers.
advertising or anything on that.
No, I'll run like fundraisers like with my logo.
Right.
Aside from that, that's the
That's
only
it.
revenue I make. Yeah.
Really. Did you ever think about venturing out of that and maybe pushing it on other platforms where you can? revenue
So,
on that?
I haven't thought of that because I'll be honest,
I
the
want
shit that I share,
10%.
it's not my content. I didn't record it. I just got it off the internet.
Well, that's mostly,
So it's like- that's
most
why I
people
have-
that are pulling
yeah.
money off of that.
No, and I was like, oh yeah. I mean, if I did like reaction videos, like fucking most people do nowadays, it's like, yeah, I'll make revenue off of that, but it's like that's whack.
Right.
But it's like I
You
do
have morals,
actually
that's
want
good.
to, yeah,
have
actually, I have morals. No, and it's like it's just so cringy, dude. Watching those reaction videos, it's the worst.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it's like I actually do want to get my own recording equipment. I want to tour. I want to tour with a core because I had a friend that did that, and he did like the
You should contact
he did the
Vice,
social media.
Dude. Do a whole Vice fucking thing on
That'd
that.
be fun, dude.
Yeah,
And
there-
but it's like
there
not even
once
then. It's
somebody
like you
would
don't even
pick
have to
something
go.
like that up.
Yeah, you don't even have to go through Vice. It's like you can go straight through the core, and be like, hey, like I'm a social media manager. I was like, can I just
Yeah, but
can
Vice
I just
has
tour with you guys?
that backing to push that to
They do.
to wide open.
They do.
That's what I'm
Levels.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
the core doesn't
But it's
have
like
that.
Vice is all over the place too.
That's
It's
my
like-
point exactly. That's why he's saying that.
Yeah.
if you go to
Vice is
somebody like,
that, but like
Vice
how
is the
much
best.
money are you gonna bring in for Vice? That's
true.
they don't-
More
Right.
than you would pick up off of just running off a core.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's like yeah, because
Vice
I
making money, not him making
no,
money.
I'm
No,
not
they're
making money.
pushing.
Vice is making money.
They'll push them a little bit. They'll be like, here's a penny. It's pennies on dollar, but it's still you're still making more than you would make. That's my point. Is you still be making more
Literally
off of
penny
every-
on the dollar.
Not even like a fraction of a
Right.
penny.
Yeah,
It's like
no, it's like because we
Spotify counts here.
had like I said, we have the Sacramento Mandarins. They were practicing at Damani Ranch for about a week, and I was there on their like performance day, and so it's like I actually shot that video. I got in touch with some of the people and was like, hey, I was like, I run this page. I was like, can I be like on the field?
Yeah.
Can I, you know? And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, it's fine. Not during the actual show, but while we're like in the arc when we're playing,
Right.
like, yeah, go ahead. Just don't get in anybody's way.
yeah,
And so it's like I recorded that content. So
Yeah.
it's like
that's yours.
yeah.
You should be getting paid for that. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
it's one video. But no,
One
it's like
video,
no,
that's
it's
how
like
it
aside
starts.
from that, it's like I actually want to, since it does cost money, since I do have to pay for food, since I do have to pay for
You gotta
gas,
pay for gas. Get up there. You
all
gotta pay
that
all
stuff.
that
Yeah,
shit.
it's like even if it's like it's almost like I'm in the core. You
Right,
know, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I have to pay my fees.
Right.
So it's like if I can actually pay my fees, but I can be with them on the field doing this, recording all this content.
Yeah.
I was like, then in that case, then yeah, I can get paid for that, but I'm not doing that. But I want to. I would love to.
I think you just need to push in that direction.
I'm trying to find it, but I know in the 90s when it comes to like bands and recording labels and stuff like that, a lot changed in the 90s with Bill Clinton. What was the bill?
The copyright.
The copyright?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Well, that's okay, because so 90s, that's when you had to start putting like the parental advisory on there. You
Digital
had to
Millennium
start-
Copyright Act.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Tipper Gore.
But yeah, so there was the parental advisory and all that, but it also did a lot of other things. And or was there a different bill? Basically, it gave control over who was making bands big, like the Disneys, and there was no more of these smaller companies that
Yeah.
were really making bands big.
Yeah, like what was it, like fucking Elvis like
I
went
don't
up
even-
through like Sun Records?
I mean the studio and contracts, but like I wouldn't be surprised or shocked if the federal government had their fingers in everything, but like I'm kind of disgusted that there would be a bill.
Well, I mean, when you think about think about artists that have really blown up in just from the early 2000s to now, you got bands like or groups like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, all part of Disney at one point. Right,
Yeah.
and they all had contracts with Disney for the most part. I mean, other than maybe Backstreet Boys or
their
something
parents
like that.
sold their
But
kids.
but again, well,
Yeah,
that was
they
part
did.
of it. But even
They did.
then, even after the fact, you know, that was the kind of music that was being pushed, and it wasn't like but you still had the Metallica and Tool,
Yeah.
and they were on the Grammys and they were winning best metal artists of the year, back and forth, right?
That's like the Oscars, man. Like they all
Right.
they're just
Yeah.
stroking each other off. There's
Yeah.
it's not
Dude,
what people
that's why the
like.
Grammys
But
are
that's
the
the
biggest
thing.
sham.
Yeah.
Dude.
And it's like what do you got to do to stand out in terms of your artistry, and in order to get recognized on a level that celebrities like actors and stuff like that get, because like as a drum corps, what you guys do and what people in that group do is they dedicate their lives to making something not just good but great for people to watch, for people to enjoy, and you can find it all over the place, right? You can find it at sporting events. You can find it at big parades. You can they're everywhere. And if you haven't heard of drum corps or in any way, shape, or form, you've been living in a box for the rest of your whole life. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what's going on.
I just thought of a new genre. It's drum corps, but instead of brass, it's electric guitars.
Oh, that's fun. That
actually would be really cool.
Actual the tight ass snares and the
to that point. To that point, you've probably heard of the group that and I don't know. I think it's one group that does it, but they get thousands of musicians. There's like hundreds of drummers, hundreds of guitar players.
USA for Africa.
Yo, what is it?
USA for Africa. Is it We Are the World? No.
Wait, are you talking about? Are you talking about like all those musicians that like covered like that fucking
they do
like
different
Foo
covers.
Fighters song?
Yes, they do
like
different covers.
Dude, I remember like
they
that
get
shit
all
blew
these
up.
musicians to come together and do a cover song.
It was amazing,
and they all do it simultaneously.
so good.
And you can even see some of them doing the cool fills in between.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like doing the this is how I know I learned the song.
Yeah.
And that's like another version of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're still incorporating bass, guitars, and vocalists for that matter into that situation. And I think that's another level.
I feel like that would be like the ultimate performance to do.
Would be
like
so
that
cool,
would be
right?
so fucking amazing.
I think that could be a thing.
That would be so hard to stay in time.
It is a thing.
Oh, God, yeah.
God, dude.
It would be hard to. I mean, hey, that's why we have a drum major, right? But it's like, when you're a band, it's like everyone keeps tempo off the drummer. But it's like when you got 100 fucking drummers.
Yeah, when you're 200 feet from the drum. That's a delay, man.
Yeah, no noise. That's why they would always tell us like our band being so big, we'd stretch from like 20 to 20. We'd take up like 80 yards of it. And so they always told us, they're like, look at the fucking drum major, don't listen, because by the time you hear what they're doing, you're already a half second late.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it just sounds like
that's rough.
Yeah.
And you could tell when a band's doing that. They just
What about those videos?
So many
where
people
they're
do it.
playing,
So many people do it.
But there's those like videos, they're doing covers of like it's like 100 people playing.
Yeah, we were just talking about.
We were just talking about the
Welcome
I
back.
took a piss.
Welcome
That's
back,
what
Robert.
happened.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back to the conversation.
Oh, hey.
Welcome back to the podcast,
Let's
buddy.
stand here in
But
silence
no,
and
that's literally like drum corps and marching band, but in the style that's popular, right? And you're doing popular songs, but everybody, you're gonna find drummers that I know how to play that on drums, and guitarists that go, I know how to play that on guitar, and all that.
So when you have 100 people saying, "Oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this," and you realize nobody can do it,
and how much
everyone
of your
thinks
shitty playing is getting drowned out by the
All of
20
your
around
shitty.
you.
it's because everyone thinks they're fucking Dave
That's how
Grohl, and like you're not.
Right. Yeah. That's how I play guitar.
I've seen it. I believe it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Did you guys see Tom McDonald the other day was talking about the rapper?
Yeah.
I was gonna say the rapper.
The controversial rapper, yeah.
Controversial white rapper. From
What
Canada.
a rapper name, by the way.
You don't know Tom McDonald?
No.
Oh, to look him up.
Yeah,
Dude, we're gonna go to rap.
he's 100% independent, right?
Yeah.
Like, does not have a
Macklemore?
No,
He was a wrestler.
no one. What?
You didn't know that?
I know wrestlers.
He was a wrestler.
I thought he was just a drug addict alcoholic.
No, he was a
Yeah,
wrestler.
sounds like a wrestler.
In the beginning, like WEW. He's
No.
a wrestler and started with
What?
that. Yes.
What? No,
100%.
We're gonna go with that.
Shut
We're gonna
the
get the
fuck up.
Tom
Facebook.
McDonald?
I'm looking that up right now.
Facebook
Google
fact
that.
checkers.
Google it. Tom McDonald.
So, but Billboard would not. He would have been with his sales for his digital and physical sales.
Yeah.
Would have been #1 on Billboard. But Billboard was it because he didn't have anyone
He was
sending out
independent.
his albums? No,
Yep.
no.
Yeah.
He was
He's independent
because he was independent.
Holy
they
shit.
stuff their own CDs. Is he right?
Holy shit.
Told you.
No fucking
He was
way,
a
dude.
fucking professional wrestler.
What was his
told
name?
you
What was his
guys.
name? Do I know?
Hold on, I'm looking. What
Did he wrestle under the name Tom
How in the-
McDonald?
No, it was like ICP, like how they.
ICP? I know
You remember
ICP.
Vince St. Clown Posse?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, but he was a professional wrestler, and that's how he got his money to do this.
No
to
shit.
actually push all his because
Wrestling
if you
brings
look at
in
the content,
bank, dude.
the content's not like it's not garbage. The content like
Oh, no, his
the
stuff-
production of everything that he does is actually pretty fucking good.
Because Nova shoots and edits all the videos with people like his girlfriend Nova Rockefeller. She's like, if you look at the credits, she's the one doing the video.
But
So it's like they're 100% independent. Like they do everything.
Well,
from,
she's
like,
fucking
grassroots.
good because it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Michael Bay, but it's fucking good. Like,
I follow them on like multiple socials, and they always have like behind the scenes clips and them.
oh, dude,
making props.
Fluff, dude, we're gonna go through some dark hole review after this. Because yeah,
I'm over here
I
like,
thought you
learning
knew everybody,
wrestlers.
Dude, I thought you knew everybody. I'm like,
Ryan.
I know everyone that's ever played a trumpet.
What? That's blowing my mind right now. I did
I
not know
told
that.
you. Yeah.
That's insane.
I just learned that.
Don't ask me how I know that because I really don't
Look,
know.
you-
How
Well, I mean, the guy, he's a big dude. You know, it's
he's a
not.
big guy, yeah.
You know, he's not like a
He's not-
luchador
yeah.
or anything like
No,
that.
he's not,
But
he's not Martin. Or was that guy I showed you before the podcast? Martin Ford.
Martin Ford, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Iranian
he ain't like
Hulk
that guy.
or
No,
what was it?
In the Iranian Hulk, dude, them guys are fucking huge. Did you watch that?
I have seen the Iranian Hulk. Yeah.
No, but did you see the guy he's fighting?
Martin Ford.
No.
Dude, 6'8", 310.
Oh God.
Just straight muscle.
Straight ripped.
Straight.
That's a football player.
Jacked.
God damn.
No, he's
No,
scary.
that is a-
no. He'll
that's
kill
a
football
Terminator.
players. Yeah, he'll.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't put
Somebody
him
call
on a
Sarah
field.
Can we get him in the octagon? Like.
Octagon. There's nobody who would fight him
No.
because the guy
No.
is just
No,
scary.
fight him right now.
shit.
Let's go.
Oh, there's some old. Remember the old UFC?
UFCs, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Frank Abbott.
Butter
Oh,
beat with
Those are
Frank
my
Abbott.
favorite. Those
showed
are my
dad-
favorite, like UFC 1, 2, and 3.
shit. No, but
Yeah.
I showed my dad that
Yeah.
same clip, and he was like, "What about Andre the Giant?" I was like, "Andre the
Fuck
Giant
Andre
would
the
get
Giant.
ripped from this guy, dude. He would get destroyed."
I don't know.
Giant
That
got
dude has
slammed by
hands
the
bigger
Hulk,
than
bro.
our heads.
Yeah, but
so
Andre,
you
dude,
get hit by
Yeah,
just
but
one.
all right, how high was
Gracie
what
would be
was
in the ring with him,
the
no
height
problem,
of Andre
dude.
the Giant, though.
He was like 6'10", wasn't he?
He would no.
He was a big
6'10",
guy.
500 pounds.
He's a big guy.
Or is that the Big Show?
Yeah, sure.
That's-
I think the Big Show is
that's
actually
phenomenal.
bigger than Andre the Giant, wasn't
no
it?
shit.
I think
I
so.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
Because
but you're saying
that was
six-
his thing. That was his
Andre
thing.
the
is
Giant was 7'4".
Holy
God damn, what was his
He
weight,
was
though?
7'4".
7'4", and his knees felt every.
my
pound
favorite,
of it.
my favorite thing is every time they would cut to the Big Show when they were doing like their WWE show,
Yeah.
they would have him hold a can and it literally looked like this.
Yeah, right. It was other.
They're like, oh yeah, he makes it look so
That's a
small.
sip.
I was like, okay, he's got fat fingers. Big
Right?
deal.
Yeah. You're like, I got that. I'm
I was
like
I got that
5'4".
too,
Like,
bro. I got 5
So
sausages.
you're-
he was 7'4", 520 pounds.
ooh.
God damn.
That's a fucking car.
Yeah,
That's a thick
no,
boy.
I think that's dude.
That's a fleshy vehicle.
That guy would put him to work, though, dude.
That's
With
a
the-
goddamn horse.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
Martin,
fucking Tesla.
dude, he would put him to work.
Golly.
Ford would put him to work, I think.
It's possible.
Dude, just the I don't know.
How big was the Big Show then?
Big Show had to have been pretty big, though.
He was
too.
pretty fucking big too.
What about the Kane? I remember Kane.
Dude,
Big
Kane,
Show-
Kane was tall. He wasn't that big.
No,
But dude, the Big Show was fucking. Because that was the thing that they always like. They would always put
Yeah.
out there that he was 500 pounds.
Big Show was
7 foot.
7 foot, 300 and
God.
383
man.
pounds.
where the fuck are these people?
What do their
at, dude?
moms look
This
like?
is not-
Like I want to see their mothers.
I wanna
Dude,
see
that
him-
was
I
that
wanna
was
see
the
him go to
thing.
China.
That was the thing that was hilarious. Is like, okay, so my uncle looked just like me. He was a big boy, but he was taller than me, and he was like 100 pounds more. And my grandma, his mom, was like 4'11", fucking like 90 pounds. I was like, this lady birthed that, and it's so crazy.
What was
like,
the weight on that
yeah,
outcome?
dude.
Yeah, he came out wearing 30 pounds.
Yeah, it's like me. It's like I was like a 10-pound baby. Like I was a
That's
big
not
boy.
even that's not even big though.
That's big.
like
What are you
fucking-
talking about?
That's huge.
Like a giant turkey, dude.
that dude. Yeah,
You get
that's
that
a
for-
good Thanksgiving turkey
Imagine
right
your
there.
Christmas turkey.
I'm sorry, the
Coming out
birth
of your-
I had wasn't that big.
Well, how
Sorry, I don't
big
know
was
the
your?
birth weight.
You don't know the birth weight of your
I've only
kid?
been a part of one.
My kid was I think he was 6'5".
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So
See, I
that's
was
like
born-
40% more than that.
See, I was
yeah,
born.
yeah, 4 pounds.
I'm
4
thinking
more
of
pounds
pounds.
on a baby is huge.
Imagine like
I'm
a
thinking
6
of, like,
pounds to
monsters.
10.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of like lifting weights. I'm like, yeah, 6 to 10. Like,
Oh,
fuck, I
10
can
pounds,
do that.
that's
Whatever,
nothing.
dude. That's
See.
nothing. Like,
Yeah, because you're not the one squeezing it out of your.
I know,
lunch,
dude.
bro.
Because I was born.
every time women complain about like pregnancy, I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad for me. I was
Boo-hoo.
Imagine taking
Oh,
a shit.
shit.
Now shitting 4 times the size of this shit.
Oh
you
my
just
God.
shit.
I couldn't imagine
Yeah, no.
fucking shitting a 6-pound fucking
Oh
turd.
my
like,
God, dude.
Like a
I was
full on.
when I was
goddamn-
born. I was 9 pounds 15 and a half
That's
ounces.
pretty.
I was
That's
just
so.
shy.
That's. I mean,
That's
you're
basically
close to-
10 pounds.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're like close to Fluff. Here.
like a
Yeah.
Qdoba burrito. Just
an overstuffed.
Hey, you got a
Qdoba
10-pound
burrito.
Qdoba burrito? Like,
That's like the macho
where'd you
burrito
go?
from
I
Del
want to
Taco.
go there.
I never
actually.
see that. How come? Okay, so you always see those pregnancy posters like, "Oh, your baby's the size of a fucking orange right now."
Yeah.
It's like I never see one that says,
Throughout the
"Hey, your
trimesters.
baby's the size of a Qdoba burrito."
Like, where's that? Like,
It's a big girl.
That would impress me. I'd be like, "Oh wow, a Qdoba burrito? Have you seen it?"
what's that newspaper that posts all that fucking
The Inquirer.
The Inquirer? That's
Yeah.
what it would be
That's
on.
so-
That's why you didn't see it.
Woman gives birth to a Qdoba burrito.
It also has fangs and wings.
Bat Boy.
We're calling it Batman.
with extra guacamole.
Bat Boy hasn't aged.
We're calling it Christian
year.
Bale.
I don't have throat cancer.
Nobody will know. Just change your voice.
Has anyone seen the new Batman yet?
No, I want.
No, I wanted to go see it this
I do
weekend.
want to see it.
I do
Heard
want
a
to see
lot
it.
of really good things. So
I just want to talk shit.
I've heard.
about it.
I've
3
heard both
hours.
ends. Yeah, it's 3 hours. It's
Holy
256.
shit.
3 hours?
Yeah,
3 hours.
It's 256.
I don't know if I watched that.
But I don't
guy
know if
for
that counts
long.
credits or not. But even then, it's like still like 250.
well,
but
because how long was the Dark Knight? The Dark Knight was
2.5
pretty
hours.
good.
2.5.
Oh, was
Yeah,
that
but that
2.5
was fucking
hours?
good,
2.5.
though, dude.
yeah, but that was Heath Ledger.
Yeah,
bro.
Heath
That was
Ledger
fucking-
killed it on that.
Dude, people are trying to say that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was better than Heath Ledger. And I'm like,
Yeah, but so that's
don't-
what they're basing the branch off of this new Batman.
Yeah.
So the new Batman that just came out is supposed to be a branch off of Joaquin Phoenix.
yeah, but no, yeah, but it's
That
like
separate universe.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
Yeah.
separate universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I hate when they do that shit.
it's funny because like they're branching off of that, but it's like HBO Max they're doing a Penguin show.
Yeah, a
with
spin-off.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody even knows that was fucking
if
Colin
Danny
Farrell.
DeVito's not in it,
No,
I don't
I
want
know.
to fucking see it. That's fucking Danny DeVito.
That is Danny DeVito.
He is
I
a
will
He
say
played
that.
the
literally.
best.
You know what I really like is that villain in
He
Batman.
literally
where he
is a
was
penguin. He's like the size and
Yeah,
shape of a
man.
penguin. Yeah.
Fuck Sunny in Philadelphia. I wanted his penguin.
Dude, he killed it in the Penguin, dude.
I think all three Jokers, like from the original Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
There's like
Oh yeah,
three.
Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
They're
Jack
all-
Nicholson, dude, he killed it. Yeah.
They're all fucking great.
Well, what
Yeah.
about Caesar
Yeah.
but
Romero?
they're just different.
Caesar
what about
Romero was
Jared
just
Leto?
demented.
No,
Jared Leto.
No, notice I
with
said
the painted
three
over
movies?
mustache.
Yeah, come on, Mark.
I only mentioned 3.
Can we
movies.
edit out? Can we edit out the Jared Leto fucking
Jared
shout
Leto.
out there?
You didn't have the face. You didn't like the face tattoos
Oh,
or anything on it.
I love Jared Leto. Don't get me wrong, but that joke.
Jared Leto was good, but only in
Garbage.
Requiem for a Dream.
Yes.
No, yeah, he's
Yeah, I
good.
like
just
30
not-
Seconds to Mars.
Not the
That'd be
Joker.
good,
not
yeah.
the
Oh no,
Joker.
that's a good band. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not the Joker.
He's
No,
not,
he's definitely not
the
Joker,
Joker.
though.
That's why he played it one time.
I think he
That's
gave
it.
it his best shot given the circumstance of what he was.
I think he
dealing with.
tried
I mean,
too hard.
I think
Well,
the
yeah.
media.
Tried
I
too
think the
hard.
media tried too hard to like push the fact that he was like, what's that shit? Like when you're an actor and you try to live.
Oh,
Yeah,
method
Method
acting.
acting.
actor,
Method act.
yeah.
They try to push his method acting. Like, oh my god, he dyed his hair green.
Well, no, he did. And
I know
he
he
talked
did.
to the
I know he
cast.
did.
He did. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he did.
But it's like just because you do that doesn't mean you're a good actor.
no. He just took it too far. And he took it
too
in
far.
the wrong direction.
But also
That's
too,
all.
it's like I don't think that's his fault. I think that was just the media trying to blow it up.
I
Yeah,
think
but
it
he-
is 100%.
I think he was just living his life.
No, it is.
I think the director should have been like, "Hey, Jared, calm the fuck down."
Right? Yeah. No. Exactly. They should
Yeah,
have said,
I know you have a purple
settle the fuck
Lamborghini,
down.
but let's relax.
Right. Yeah.
Let's chill.
Because I think Margot Robbie as
Oh, she was great. She was great.
so good.
Except the fucking movie that came out with her.
the Birds of Prey.
Yep. Fuck that movie.
Garbage.
I
Garbage.
didn't watch it.
Garbage.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
watch
Yeah,
it.
I'm not the only
That
one.
Doja Cat song was fire though.
Like I like Harley Quinn, and she's always been like Joker and Harley have always been like
From
the
the
dynamic
animated?
duo.
Yes.
From the animated
100%.
From the animated
Yeah.
series,
Animated
especially
series has
the
always been
Batman,
that.
the animated
Mark
series.
Hamill doing
Yes.
the Joker.
Mark
yeah.
Hamilton
Yeah.
being
100%,
Joker.
dude,
Oh yeah.
yes.
That was the dynamic duo of
Yeah.
villains, you
Yeah.
know, for the Batman universe forever. And I appreciate and I think she did a great job as Harley Quinn.
She did a great job. Yeah.
I didn't like the way that they were trying to set up that Birds of Prey movie. Like
Yeah.
It was woke.
it was such a drawl
SNL skit.
storyline
Yeah.
Yeah.
overall. Like
Yeah.
there was no
It made her look weak, actually, I think. It made her look fucking weak.
well,
Yeah.
that
I'm going to say it. It made her look weak.
They were
Yeah.
fighting dudes on
She
roller
was
skates.
She was
dude.
pissed
Like,
off that fucking Joker left it.
If
That
a-
was a whole fucking
If a
concept
chick
of that
comes
thing.
up to me on roller skates, I don't care if she's carrying a bat.
Yeah,
or a
I'm gonna
mallet,
fucking- yeah.
I'm gonna floor her. So
roller derby, bitch.
I'm an equal opportunity.
I've watched this before.
Equal opportunity. Yeah. Shout out domestic violence, but no, it's like some people. It's like she was so good. She was so good playing Harley Quinn, like in a smaller role.
Yeah.
But it's like some people are just made to be supporting actors. It's like
She's
not
one of them.
everyone's
She's one of them.
made.
Wolf of Wall Street, she fucking killed it. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but even then, she was a
supporting,
supporting
yeah.
actress.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She killed
Yeah,
it.
no, it's like some people aren't made to have
like
a whole
Steve
fucking
Buscemi.
movie made around them. Yeah, Steve Buscemi. Yeah. Shout out.
No shit. And he's
I
an
love that
awesome
guy,
dude.
dude.
I
That
love
was-
that guy.
I
I'll
could
watch
never-
every Adam Sandler movie, but
Dude.
am I gonna watch one with just with him?
It's not
No.
even him and
No.
Adam Sandler.
No.
All the stuff he did before Adam Sandler, though, dude. Steve Buscemi, dude, he has. I love supporting. I like
Reservoir
Joe,
Dogs.
Joe
Yeah.
Pesci.
Reservoir
Joe
Dogs.
Pesci can't be like
No, he's the
Wow.
same. Yeah.
He's,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
couldn't watch it. You'd be like,
No.
oh god, it's just Joe.
I
It's like
could do it just
Goodfellas
about-
or
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Irishman, or
Yeah.
even Home Alone.
They're like, yeah, okay, we're gonna
always a
have you in a
supporting
movie,
actor,
but we're gonna
yeah.
also bring Leonardo DiCaprio on this.
Yeah.
So
just this guy
Yeah.
you might have heard of him, Leo.
Yeah.
DiCaprio. Small actor.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, small actor.
This guy.
He's
Oh,
nobody. He's
I
never
can't
won an
believe
Oscar.
He got
so
his
it's fine.
first.
Yeah, he's never
fucking-
won it.
He got his first.
No, I looked
like,
it up.
Oscar,
He has
like, 6 years ago.
136 reward.
Yeah.
Nominees.
Yeah.
No, 200. He had 256 nominees.
And
And
he
he's
won
got
twice.
one twice.
One.
No,
for the Revenant.
Oh, he has
100
one.
No, 156.
No, he's got one Oscar for the Revenant, right?
The Revenant.
It was a Revenant.
That's
Huh?
Revenant.
Yeah.
No,
The-
he won that
the
one. That was
wackest
back-
movie he
That's
was
what I'm
in, bro.
No, that
He
wasn't
wins for
even-
that one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
At
Yeah, it
that
was
point,
for
they were
Revenant.
just trying to give it to him.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of mountain men
Here,
fucking
hey,
voting on
Titanic.
that
Yeah,
shit.
forget that.
Yeah,
he didn't know.
I'm in Alaska. I don't know what the fuck's going
You
on.
wrestled a bear. Here, here's an Oscar.
No. He didn't wrestle a bear. He got fucked up by a
Yeah,
bear.
there was no
It
fight.
was CG, you motherfucker. You didn't get fucking fucked up by
Bro,
anything.
that
Go
was a
home.
real bear. What are you talking about?
are you talking
That's why he won the
about,
Oscar.
dude?
'cause
That
it's
was-
a
why he
real
won the
bear.
Oscar.
Real bear, bro.
They're like,
did his own
here's the
stunts.
Oscars. You can pay for your hospital bills.
He was like fucking Hasbullah, bro. He was
How do you think I
wrestling
got
bears.
this beard?
Dude, that's the thing that they say about fucking UFC fighters from like Kazakhstan or from Dagestan.
Okay.
That as kids they wrestle like baby bears. And I was like, yo.
So it's like Sparta.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, when I'm
Yeah, we
growing
do
up
that
wrestling
here.
bears, it's like I'm not gonna be afraid of fucking Conor McGregor.
Right.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, our closing segment is wrestling with baby bears.
Right, yeah. Have you seen the Iranian Hulk? Look him up.
It's a bear.
It's a bear.
I'll fuck that guy up.
Yeah. I think you could take him, actually.
I think I could.
I think you could.
I'm stout.
Actually, you
I'm
kind of
pushing.
look like him.
I'm pushing like
You kind of
380.
look like him, actually.
You found me.
Can we?
We got me.
We're gonna push this.
You got me.
Iranian Hulk.
I'm the Mexican Hulk.
Yeah.
Mexican.
He's a luchador.
Straight out of Tijuana.
Yeah, here I am.
Yeah.
So where's your family back? So getting back to your
What would the
family,
Mexican Avengers be called? Man?
Oh,
They have it. I know they
Shit.
have it. Come on, don't. Mexico City's had.
I mean Disney's so whack. They probably just call it Los Avengers. But
Yeah.
I mean,
It's Disney. Come
Yeah.
on, Walt doesn't have a creative mind.
man, they don't. He was a Nazi back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
That's how creative he is.
Not a lot of people know that. Good. I'm glad you know your history.
Not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people know that.
No.
They invented the jerry can.
Oh.
So wait, are you what generation?
So I'm first generation.
First
My
generation.
mom was from Guadalajara. My dad
Guadalajara?
was
Guadalajara?
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. Thank you.
My mom was from Guadalajara. My dad was never really in the picture, but I think he was from the same place too.
Yeah,
Um,
that's my family's from.
yeah, and my family actually lived in Tijuana when I was born.
Yeah.
But my mom purposely had me in San Diego so I could be a citizen.
Yeah.
And my sisters were born in East LA.
Yeah.
And
My wife was exactly.
really from
Yep.
East LA?
And same thing. So her family is from Jalisco.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's
It's
yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah. And so my mom's basically from there. We grew up. I lived in Tijuana until I was like 4 or 5. Then we moved over to Monterey Bay type area.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We lived in LA for like a year, but that doesn't really count. But
Yeah.
from there we went to like Monterey, California,
Yeah.
and then we've been here since 2003.
Yeah, my wife's family's from Long Beach, so they
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much stayed in Long Beach.
Yeah.
Since
LBC.
'78. Yep,
Yeah,
LBC.
we're basically Cali babies.
Yep.
We've been there forever.
Yeah,
And then
you haven't got to meet my wife, have you?
I saw her. I didn't meet her.
You need to meet her.
I
She was
think
in the car waiting.
yeah. I think you brought her like through the through the warehouse one time.
Yeah, she was.
But I said like hi, but
Yeah.
that was really about it.
Well, it's because you didn't say it in
I
Spanish.
don't really-
She wouldn't have got it with you.
Prima, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah. Oh, she would have went off. Especially if she had a couple
I don't.
tequilas in her.
I feel
she
like,
would've
yeah,
been all
especially
over
with
it.
me, it's like I feel like I don't really know you until I get
Monday?
fucked up with you.
I know. Yeah, you gotta get fucked up. We got fucked up before, though.
I want to say fucked up.
No, we had a couple
We
drinks.
got buzzed.
Yeah.
We got a good buzz going.
We had a lot of food, though, too.
We did have a lot of food. Oh,
That helps usually.
Good.
that food
Yeah, where was that
good.
place at?
Seven Troughs.
Oh,
Shout
Seven
out.
Troughs.
Shout out. They're not around anymore, but shout out.
It's not there, yeah.
And,
So it was downtown, right?
It was a basement under the old post office.
Oh, the old post office.
Yeah,
Where it
it's,
had-
I think it's a
Never-
barbershop
I've
now.
never been down there.
Dude, it was good.
Dude, check it out. Check it out.
Yeah,
they
it
have
was
they have a
cool.
pretty fire like coffee place.
Yeah.
They had Seven Troughs with like it was like a whiskey bar, but their food was so good.
Yeah, it
and I
was
think it's like a
fucking bomb.
barbershop now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they do beards? I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, that's right. We go get our
Probably.
beer.
Yeah.
Like Boys Day.
All right, yeah.
Boys Day.
Whiskey and beard trimmings. Yay!
Can you
I'd
can
be
you
down-
trim
dude,
a
I'd be
little
down for
flavor
that.
saver?
It's a little flavor saver.
Yeah, no, I love that place, but they did have like a super tiny like amphitheater if you kept walking past it.
Yeah.
And
I
there
walked
was a-
around there. I didn't see anything like that, dude.
It was a tiny, like I wouldn't even call it an amphitheater, but it was like a tiny like
Yeah, it was
theater
a-
stage.
yeah.
And they had a piano, and I'd always play it. It sounded so good. I wish I got that before they.
It was
actually
just
closed down.
pallets.
It was literally.
Yeah, it was just literally,
No, it was literally just
pallets
like a
with plywood
singular.
on
It was a singular like a Yamaha like.
I played in a
piano.
couple of venues like that actually.
I play a lot of those like that. And it's like I range from everywhere between a Jimmy John's and a fucking Rose Bowl parade. So. I got the whole spectrum covered.
Right.
Yeah.
So a segment that we like to do on this podcast is we like to do a what's your Mount Rushmore?
Oh shit.
And so
Okay.
obviously your top 4 inspirations, and
Okay.
in this case, it could be music.
Okay.
It could be anything that inspires you.
Okay.
So what would you say if you had to do? Yeah. So there's the 4 presidents of the Mount Rushmore. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Who
in terms of
got you
inspiration?
into what you're doing now, pretty much?
The people that made me me.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm named after Gabriel Iglesias. Fucking Fluffy. So I got my name from him.
A.k.a. Fluff.
I love his humor. Just a big dude, just always loving life. I obviously have to put him on there. Man, this is so hard.
No pressure.
That's
literally no
Honestly,
pressure.
honestly, like,
before he was like at work, he was like, "Hey, give me some questions."
it's like, give me some questions so I can study them.
I'm like, "No, this is gonna be free flowing." And I was like, "Yeah, I totally forgot."
You're
the rest
fucked.
of it.
You're
I'm
you're
better.
going
I'm better
into
off the
this
top of
same
my
way
head.
we are.
We're perfect.
Yeah.
Man.
Could be music, anything.
I'm gonna throw it all over the place. So that was okay. So Fluffy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Obviously, you know that.
Yeah,
'cause
I know. Yeah.
I love, dude. It's not even his music. I don't listen to Bruno a
It's
lot.
his hair.
It's his hair. No, it's like he's such
Shiny.
He's such. It is very shiny.
Yeah.
He's such a good live performer, and he's basically what I look at. He's the closest thing to like a drum corps performance because it's like he
The
just takes
dedication.
passion.
Are you
He just
taking
takes passion.
dedication? Yeah.
You can tell like if he has a bad show, like he'll take it personally.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel
And-
JT is kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
I mean, his Super Bowl halftime was kind of trash, but
Whose Super Bowl halftime isn't
Bruno's.
trash?
Bruno's was
Bruno's was
amazing.
good. Bruno's was good.
Prince
Amazing. That was a concert.
yeah.
in
all right.
Miami.
Yeah.
Miami.
It was
Yum.
raining. I mean, it was great. You know?
Right.
Also, the Colts won. You know, I made money off of
Ooh,
that.
good.
I was a
Yeah,
freshman that year.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so I got Fluffy. I got Bruno. Shit. Jesus Christ.
I know it's hard.
Number 3, Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
Christ. Amen.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, my homeboy.
Wild card. I would say John Leguizamo.
Really?
The actor,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Dude,
that
the,
answer.
yeah.
the past, dude,
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite
Yeah.
fucking movies of all time.
Yeah.
The
He was,
Pest,
he was the
dude.
clown in Spawn. The Spawn.
Yep.
Yeah.
the clown,
Yeah.
dude. He's eating the maggot pizza, dude. That was killed
Honestly,
me
like
every
no,
fucking
honestly, it's
time.
like me just growing up. It's like me watching like just John Leguizamo. He was my favorite actor for some reason.
Oh, dude, he was good.
He was amazing.
great.
He was
He
amazing. But
nailed
it's
it.
like nobody like,
did
shouts
it.
him out.
No, because
He was so
dude,
good. And I would say a lot of my humor, it's like a mix of like him and like Fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was always just supporting role though
Yeah.
as well, except
Yeah.
for Pest. And that
Yeah.
was
No, he had one where he was like a serial killer or something, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was it?
Which
like
one
him and
was
his
it?
wife
I don't
were
remember the movie,
swingers.
but
No.
It's like the
So-
Zodiac killer thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
what
It
is
was
it?
Son of Sam.
Yeah.
He played
yeah.
in that movie, but he was not.
He was
the
like-
He was
killer.
a supporting role.
He was a character that was living in that time around that
See,
whole
that's
situation.
his supporting role.
All right.
I do.
Yeah,
I 100%. I
But
agree
he
with
was
you.
the main character
Yeah.
in
The main
that
dude
film.
in there,
Dude,
yeah.
I am with you 100%.
yeah.
I love that
And
guy,
I don't remember why, but it's like the oldest movie. The first movie I like remember watching. Well, actually, okay, it was Quest of Camelot. But aside from that, it was To Wong Fu. To Wong Fu is such a
remember
great
that
Wesley
movie,
Snipes, Patrick
bro.
Swayze,
I
It
don't
was
know.
so
John
good.
Leguizamo.
Am I out of
so
this one?
good.
I don't know
No.
this one. God damn it.
No.
To Wong Fu.
Dude,
Thanks
if
for
you-
everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you've never seen
Julie
To Wong
Newmar.
Fu,
Yeah.
please
Wesley
watch it.
Snipes.
Drag Queens.
Please.
Wesley
Really?
Snipes
Yeah.
So
in
good.
drag.
Wesley
Oh,
Snipes,
shit.
John Leguizamo,
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. They're
No
all drag
fucking
queens.
shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so good.
What? I gotta look
It's
this
so
up.
good.
My
They're
shit's
like
on
travel.
so
They're
good.
like
We'll
in
go- we'll talk
rural
about it.
ass places.
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
I want to
there's
watch
no
this one. I
drag.
want to watch
Yeah.
this one. This
It was
sounds
such a
freaking-
good movie.
Yeah.
That's old, man.
Yeah.
That's an old one.
Dude.
Dude, that's.
All those people. Yeah, dude, that's great. That's a
Before
great
it was
lineup,
cool to be
dude.
drag.
I'll just throw them on my fucking
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
But
What do you
damn,
do?
I have one more.
You're gonna do drag.
One
dude.
more?
That's a
Yeah.
Robin
More?
Williams
Shit.
thing, dude.
Man, I'm gonna go out and say The Rock.
Rock, huh?
Not
Dwayne
the new, not
Johnson.
the new Rock, not the new Dwayne Johnson, the family friendly one. I'm talking like 1999, fucking
Wrestling?
Attitude Era, fucking shut up, bitch.
The
Shut up.
wrestling,
that, yeah,
wrestling era.
yes,
The
yeah,
People's
the
Elbow
Attitude,
and-
yes. I remember
Raging
him.
Bull.
I remember him. Actually, no. If I'm gonna, oh shit, dude, I grew up with wrestling.
Yeah.
I
Me
grew up with
too.
wrestling.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be The Rock or it's gonna be Scotty Too Hottie. You know,
yeah, right,
one
yeah.
of those two.
Oh.
Oh, Rikishi too.
Dude, Rikishi was fucking gnarly, though,
I
dude.
fucking love Rikishi because he was a big boy, but he was like so proud of it.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I
he
was
loved
before
it.
that. Mine was
Yeah.
the Undertaker way back in the
Undertaker.
day. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
I've always been an
Undertaker, dude,
fan.
was my fucking
Dude,
deep
hey,
dive.
Hall of Fame this year. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's going great.
he
Yeah.
deserves it.
Yeah.
100%.
He
That guy
does.
fucking.
They were waiting for the second that he retired, so I'm like, all right. Hall of Fame.
Yeah, dude, he was he was automatically. It should have been a no-brainer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Undertaker's amazing. I love his his actual person.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
cool.
no.
He's
Yeah, he's
Mark
so cool.
Calloway is
Yeah,
the
Mark
coolest fucking
Calloway.
dude on the
Yeah,
planet.
If
dude.
you've never seen like the Joe Rogan or the
Yeah,
fucking Hot
listen
Ones
to-
episode
yeah.
with Mark
Yeah.
Calloway,
Yeah,
That guy
Good,
is
dude.
the coolest
Watch it.
So
motherfucker
good.
on the
Watch
planet.
So
it.
good.
I was like, dude, you're like literally like the American badass.
yeah.
Yeah,
That dude was
it's
fucking
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's like when he went from the Undertaker to the American Badass.
yeah.
Like I was like, dude, that's so. You good? I'm not. I was like, that was such a.
We're losing
that
our
was
producer.
Such a. Come on, Jamie.
Yeah, we didn't even cut the jalapenos yet. Jesus Christ. Still on here. All right. Camera's
Like
on
that
you.
was like honestly like the Mark Calloway. It's like that was just such a like seamless transition. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh,
that's
dude,
him.
yeah.
That's him.
That
you
was
know?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and I was like, I feel like wrestlers are so great. Like The Rock is kind of like like that arrogant bastard.
Yeah.
Stone Cold is like that alcoholic.
Oh,
Exactly,
same,
yeah,
yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I drink one beer. What?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Tequila. What?
Right, yeah,
Vodka,
yeah.
What? Yeah. And it's like I still do that now. Like I still throw out the whats, all the time, and like almost 30 years later.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Because why the fuck not?
why the fuck not?
Right. Yeah.
And that's the thing is like I grew up with wrestling too.
Yeah.
And it never really left me.
Yeah.
I don't watch it as much as I used to,
Because not as
Because
good as
it
used to.
changed.
but it's changed.
It's not the same.
I watched
know-
Pat McAfee, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, even then, I still don't like. I think the Hardy Boys were like the last thing for me.
Bro,
Hardy
leaving
Boys.
until
Dude, okay.
until it all ended.
Yeah.
When
But
I was
now
when I
it's-
was like 9, 10, I was doing fucking flips off my furniture, dude. I
Yep.
was Jeff Hardy.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Bro,
Yeah.
I love the Hardy Boys. Those And dude, I like WWE never like really put him over.
No.
No,
Like,
they
never.
didn't.
Like
No,
they never.
They buried him.
They won like what 3-4 tag team
Tag team
championships. And I was
championships,
like,
yeah.
dude, I was like,
Yeah.
how the fuck are they losing all these matches?
Because they buried him.
I did. I loved them. I was like, oh,
Well,
you guys are putting over fucking
Yep.
the Dudley Boys and
Yep.
Edge
Well, and
Christian.
that was another group that I appreciated too. That were really, really, really good too.
Yeah.
Was the Dudley Boys
They're
that I
amazing.
like to watch. But and that's the thing about wrestling is like, they're always trying to find like who's going to be the superstars.
Yeah.
It's real.
And
It's just real.
and
100%
you know,
real.
still real to me, damn it.
Yeah.
and it's funny because the way if you think about it, it's
It's
kind of like.
politics, so that's why they buried
But
it.
it's kind of like the way that SNL works.
Yes,
Like if you're going to write your own
100%.
skits, like
100%.
if it's
Yeah.
a killer, then
Yep.
it's going to be a consistent thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And-
But it only
or-
lasts
but
for
if
so
it-
long before they cut you.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it's shit, then you're
Dana
lucky you
Carvey
get
was
to
one of
see
those
it.
people that had that. Like
Yeah.
Dana Carvey on SNL, and then all the skits that guy
Eddie
came up
Murphy
with.
had so many great skits.
Yeah,
that
but
he
they
wrote
buried
and-
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy had a career though. Dana Carvey, I don't think he had. He
Dude, I
didn't
feel
get the.
so
he
bad
didn't
'cause
get the
every time-
recognition.
No, he had a ton of movies.
No,
Yeah,
he had a
he
He
did.
ton.
had a
He
ton of
did.
movies, but they flopped, and that was the
I
thing.
think he
though.
made money. I think he made
I mean, he
Are
made
you-
money, but
what was the disguise?
Master of Disguise.
that movie
Master of
flopped.
Disguise.
Yeah,
that's
that
the
flop.
movie I always
Flop.
think of when I think of Dana Carvey. I was like,
It was
"Man,
fucking
I'm
Wayne's
totally
World.
not
Wayne's
gonna
World.
Wayne's
You can't
World.
fucking Wayne's World.
He
is
could have
the
lived.
shit.
The
I
rest
think
of
of
his
Master
life
of
off Wayne's
Disguise before I
World.
think of Wayne's World. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Dude,
Dude,
turtle,
I
you
can't
know,
even talk to
turtle,
you right now. I'm gonna
turtle,
turn off the mic. I'm done. The interview is
And I
over.
was like, dude, Dana Carvey's like such a great like comedian and
Yeah.
even stand up. And it's like
Yeah.
the fact
Was
that
it-
No,
His
his
impressions.
characters, his
characters
impressions
were
were
so
fucking
good.
spot
His
on.
best bit ever, bro, was
Yeah.
chopping broccoli.
Oh, dude.
Chopping broccoli.
I don't know. Church Lady was pretty
Church
good.
Lady was fucking great.
Satan?
Dude. We're gonna get Mike on there
Church
now,
Lady was pretty good. Yeah.
dude.
That was my era, dude. That was like when Dana Carvey was on SNL. It was like I was still going to school, like high school, middle school. I don't even
Yeah.
fucking remember, dude. It was like that shit came on at midnight or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you had to,
Yeah.
Like,
Because they didn't
was
have
late.
the pre-recorded,
Nope.
so they could play it
you
at
had to
9
stay
o'clock
your
or
ass
whatever
awake
for
and
Western.
You'd fall asleep
But he's
before
a-
the show even ended.
Yeah.
You'd be
He's
like,
a musician though, so he's an actual
Yeah.
drummer.
I
He
think
plays drums.
all those guys are pretty
Samuel L.
talented.
Jackson
man.
too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Samuel L. Jackson, also Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr is the drummer as well.
Bill Burr's
Also
a
Squidward.
pasty white asshole.
No,
I don't
do
know
not talk about Bill Burr. I'll jump over this fucking counter right now.
I
Shit,
love
are
Bill
you-
Burr. I love
Bill Burr is
I'm
fucking
not gonna
great.
lie. I love Bill Burr.
I mean, he's aight.
He's not my
Dude,
favorite, but he's
you're
amazing.
you're on the fucking line right now, Mike. You're on the line.
He's aight.
He's about to go
You're about to
WWE on
cross
you,
it.
bro.
You're about to
He's about to go
fucking
stone
cross
cold
it.
on you, bro.
About to smash 2 beers over my head right now and down them, and then fucking tombstone you right now.
We're rolling. Let's go.
Is that one going?
Yeah.
You got the camera out of there, you
World
ass.
star. Well, no, yeah, I can't let that run for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
It
you
blows up
can.
my phone.
Yeah. I mean, we could try.
It's like 90 gigabyte file for 2 hours. Dude.
Sorry. I talk a lot.
So what's after this for you, Fluff? What are you gonna do?
Man.
You want to post? You want to boost anything? You got your Instagram and your Twitch.
Yeah. I don't have a Twitch.
TikTok.
I have a TikTok.
TikTok.
I have an Instagram.
TikTok.
Same name, DrumCorpsJunkies. DrumCorps. People forget the S.
Yeah.
Yep.
Junkies. That's on TikTok. That's on Instagram. Check me out. I do want to actually travel with these cores and record them and make my own content.
What about your custom ink donation? It's a campaign.
The campaign, I have to renew it because it expired. But,
really? Okay.
Yeah,
So no
I'm
plug
just
yet.
gonna no plug yet. But
Okay,
be on the lookout.
it'll come though.
Be on the lookout. The link's still there, but it doesn't work.
We'll post it up. Once I'll link with you.
Yeah.
We'll post it up.
No, it's like I'm posting it up every once in a while, but check me out on those. I will renew the campaign because I do actually want to get some merch going. I have stickers.
I think it's a great cause. Stickers
Yeah.
are great.
Yeah.
I got one on my computer.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
like I said, it's like everything's gonna either go to the recording equipment or it's gonna go to me being able to sponsor some kid that wants to march with a drum corps but can't afford it.
Yeah, that's a
Because
great-
lot of people-
That's a great idea.
A
Great
lot of people
fucking-
cannot.
Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
It's
100%.
expensive.
So
Even if I don't pay 100% of the fees, if I can do even half,
yeah.
that would help people out a lot.
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, it was. I think we're done.
Yeah, it's about our 2 hour mark, man. You guys
We're
did
on
it.
the
You
2
did it.
hour mark.
wow.
Good job.
2 hours goes quick, don't it?
Hey.
That goes
Torres,
so
let's go
fast.
quick.
I know we got to dig into other stuff after this. So, thank you everybody for joining us on the Dark Figures podcast.
See you next week.
See you next week. We got Harold and Jeremy Granada that are going to join us next week. So stay tuned. And we're going to do that on the 20th, actually. So it's not going to be on the Saturday. So just for everybody's information. And it's going to be at 3 p.m., not 2 p.m.
We're changing shit up.
We're changing it because that's how we fucking roll. Joe Rogan, go live, bitch. And let's see what happens.
Just for that day. Just for that day.
Just for that day.
Just for that day. The rest of them, we're going to go back to Saturday on Tuesday. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us. We got Ryan. We got Fluff.
We got Mike.
We got Mike.
We got Robert.